turn. Let me see.
Shit. All right.
Something like that.
We're
Something
on,
like that.
man.
Are we on?
Yeah, we're on.
Are we live and kicking?
Live and kicking, man.
All right, cool. I don't need my glasses anyway.
What's up? So what's up, man?
What's going on, buddy? So glad to finally make it. Cheers.
I know, man. I feel. Oh shit. Oh,
Sorry. Cheers to that. Yeah.
cheers, man.
Yeah.
Cheers to the bar right here.
Cheers to the bar.
Has that always been the thing? Now that I'm thinking about it, I've always. Where did that come from? Do you even know?
You know, I really don't know the answer to that because, I'm starting my 34th year in the business, and that has not always been around. I really don't know when it started, where it started, but I know it's bad luck not to tap, and people will call you out on it.
Yeah,
they will call you out on it quickly.
So it's funny is I've been to some countries where because I used to tap, I still tap, but it's actually bad to tap in some countries.
Really?
Because you didn't drink before you put your drink down.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. So it's almost a disrespect thing.
Yeah, but it depends on where you are. I've only had it happen at a couple places, but there were some places that they didn't. They were like, "What are you doing?" Like, dead serious. Like,
really?
Yeah, it was kind of weird.
Now, see, I haven't heard that.
Damn. And then I had to let them know, like, "Hey, it's a cultural thing." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they're like, "Yeah, well, it's a cultural thing."
Yeah, that's a good. I need to find out when or where that came about. I have no idea where that came about.
Yeah, it's weird how like those things sort of. What I think is crazy is when that stuff like tapping the bar or whatever, right? And then it spreads. Like it had to have started somewhere.
Somebody
like
started,
it didn't start here.
I think somebody was about to drop their glass. And they,
that's true. That's true.
And they played it off like, no, you're supposed to tap.
Dude, that's where we should actually. I've been thinking like I'd love to have somebody here to do like the rest of the podcast where they someone looks it up like
like you have somebody. Hey, can you look that up, Scotty?
Yeah, Scotty, look at this up. This is fucking damn, dude. It's like Riley May with. Have you ever watched Theo Von?
Oh yeah.
Do you know Riley May, the guy that he has? Dude, that kid. He like kind of doesn't make fun of him, but he does.
Oh, he makes fun of him all the time.
It's so crazy. It's like apparently like I don't know if you listened to his Thanksgiving special.
I didn't.
But he started talking about because that kid, he didn't like jack off or nothing.
Yeah, he didn't masturbate or anything, right?
They gave him shit about it forever. Well, now he's got a kid on the way.
I didn't know this.
And he's like, what are you thankful for? Riley May's like, I got a kid on the way. And he goes, wait, what? And Theo Von, he was like, wait, what are you talking about? And that's when I thought, I was like, those producers and all those editors, they probably don't even talk to the actual podcaster that often. Like, it's not like
probably outside of that room.
Yeah,
probably
not. You could tell that it was news. It was not something that he knew that he was trying to just do a spin off of and make fun of. He was just like, dude, what the fuck? He goes, you never even like ever anything, and now you have a kid on the way. He's like, what the hell?
How did that happen? Like, he probably didn't even know he had a girlfriend, or even went on a date, let alone a girlfriend. It was probably that one time. It was probably the one time too. Dude. The first one and only. He's batting 1,000.
That's what I'm saying. That's like when people get out of jail after a long term and they come out and immediately knock up their girlfriend or their wife, or people that travel for work and they come home and it's like, you got
to get it in.
Yeah, exactly.
I guess that's what it is.
Might as well. Fuck it.
Yeah, most
if you don't, someone else will, right?
Oh yeah. Before I forgot. Before I vape, I brought you your own.
Oh shit!
So that way you don't fucking take mine.
Does it have
fucking walk off with it?
Does it? Does it have Pokemon on this one?
No, it doesn't have Pac-Man.
Pac-Man.
Yeah, they stopped making those, but
Did
those
they really?
were cool.
I was telling somebody about this. Funny enough, I was like, because you were like very intrigued by that.
Yes.
And I was like, what's weird? I was literally telling somebody, I can't remember who it was.
Andrew.
It had to have been Andrew. And I was like, back in the day, you remember Pac-Man probably being like really the only video games
the
you had
stand-up game, the arcade game.
And that was all you had. You couldn't play. There wasn't like really at home TV.
No, because even the old Atari, I believe it was the 2600, I believe was the first one when we still had Pong.
That's what I was thinking.
What I mean?
That was the first game.
Like we didn't get like real games until I was probably into my mid-teens. And arcades had already fizzled out. The shopping mall thing and all that. That had all fizzled out because now, I would say probably not teen. Well, yeah, probably teens is when it started fizzling out. That people stopped going to the malls.
That's true.
Like Springfield Mall. You're familiar with Springfield Mall. That was the mall to go to when I was growing up. But it was 20 minutes from us because I grew up in Falls Church.
Yeah.
And so it it was a day trip to go to
Yeah, that's true.
and then I moved away when Spotsylvania Mall when that one came.
Damn, so I didn't know you
not
were
Spotsylvania,
from.
whatever that one is down there, Potomac Mills.
I didn't know you were from Northern Virginia.
Yeah, I was born in Fairfax County. I was born in Fairfax Hospital.
You never told me that, did you?
I
don't think you ever told me that.
I may have. Yeah, I grew up in Falls Church. I graduated at Jeb Stewart High School, which is no longer there.
Okay, but I've heard the road. I think
so Jeb Stewart its arch rival was Falls Church High School. But what happened was during all the stuff going on in 2020 and all that stuff, they changed the name because it was named after a Confederate general.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was James Ewell Brown Stewart. How I remember that, I have no idea. But yeah,
Dang.
so they changed it to Justice High School.
Okay.
And there's an famous actress, Julianne Moore, redhead.
That sounds familiar.
Skinny redhead lady. Very famous. She was in the Dirk Diggler movie. She was the redhead.
That's where I remember
she was the redhead. Yeah. So it was her. She graduated from my high school.
Damn.
And
That's cool.
so she advocated for it and had it changed. So now I don't
She
even
was
have
part of it.
Yeah, she was the big person that led it. Yeah. So it's
crazy.
Justice. So I don't even have an alma mater there anymore. But you know what I mean, essentially. But yeah, but it's fine though. I understand why. So
Yeah.
But I grew up there, and then I moved to Jacksonville, Florida, Labor Day weekend of 1996.
1996, dude. I was born September, so I was a year old. I was born September 9th, 1995.
Wow. Well, I'll tell you this too. I'll tell you some funny stuff, man. Florida. When I first moved there, one of the funniest things ever. Well, one of the hardest things to get used to was Thanksgiving and Christmas. It was so warm, and it just it didn't feel like it. Didn't feel like the times. Mm-hmm. And I remember going to the mall. It was the Avenues Mall in Jacksonville, and I was wearing shorts and a hoodie, and everybody else was bundled up, man. I mean, bundled up.
Yeah.
And I was walking in, and these two older ladies were coming out, and I held the door open, and I heard the second lady go, "He must be from the north."
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
Because I was wearing shorts,
That is funny.
And then,
and it was probably still on like 50 degrees.
It was like 55, but down there they're froze, and
it's true.
And then I remember watching Tim Deegan. I don't even know if he's still there. He was like the head, like meteorologist. Everybody knew who he was, the weatherman. And I remember the 11 o'clock news one night, and he said, okay, for tomorrow, parents, you're going to want to bundle the kids up at the bus stop. It's going to be 50.
Oh, my God.
And I went,
crazy.
50? They're going to bundle up. I mean, that's how they think down there. But, yeah.
It's true. You know what's weird? Have you ever been to, I think it's DeLand in the Central? Mm-hmm. So I spent a lot of time in Florida. I've been everywhere except for, like, West Palm. But I've like, worked in Miami for a couple months and lived in during COVID. I was at my friend's house in Satellite Beach. You're familiar with like Patrick Air Force?
Oh yeah.
So right around that area, like Cocoa Beach, and then spent a little time in the West Coast, like Tampa, like down south Inglewood, like just all over. I like the West Coast of Florida; it's pretty nice. But I went to go visit a friend that I worked with traveling and stuff, and he was in DeLand. That's where he like lived. He was from Orlando, and I wasn't wearing really anything. Like I was wearing just like did I have some pants? Maybe I did. I had like a flannel. I was dressed light. It was wintertime.
Yeah. And
he's like, "Man, you're gonna get cold." I was like, "Florida, whatever, dude." I don't know what it is about the central of Florida, but I was like, how like when it's cold and the condensate, like when you breathe, it was like that in the middle of Florida. It was just this weird little pocket, and he goes, "I don't know what it is about this spot, but it's just cold."
It's
and
a different
I was
cold.
shaking cold.
Yeah, it's a different cold.
Exactly, it's like
humid.
a tropic.
It's humidity, and it's that cold just won't leave you alone.
It was weird, and I was like, "Can we go inside?" You know what I'm saying? It was like, I need to I can't be out here anymore. And they're like, "You're the one from the north." I was like, "Yeah, well, I gotta get the fuck out of here. It's too cold.
It's time to go."
Yeah, it was freezing. They actually had a sign in there. I forgot the name of the bar now, but it had a sign, and it was in neon letters. It was written, or it was something like that, and it said, "Don't do coke in the bathroom," is what it said, like straight up above the thing. I was just like, "Damn, that's pretty blatant," I've never been to. Like, I've seen some places say some crazy. I've actually seen some places say, "Don't fuck in the bathroom," but that's even
don't feed the hordes drugs.
Yeah,
I've seen that stuff too.
It's funny. I'm like, "Damn, dude, it probably gets crazy in here," and apparently it does. Apparently it does there in DeLand. I didn't know
it's Florida. Florida, man. But
how long did you spend down there?
I was there till 20. I moved back here Uh, I consider I consider Florida basically my home now because I spent the majority of my adult life there. Because I don't have any more. I'm an only child.
Okay, me too.
I think you are as well, right?
Yeah.
I think we talked about that. So and both my parents are gone. My grandparents are gone. So I don't have any family up there, and so there's no tie for me up there.
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't even have a high school up there to go.
Yeah.
Even though we do have reunions, I think we have one coming up in 2 years. It's my 40th.
Really? That's gonna be fun. You gonna go?
Yeah, I'm old. Yeah, I'm gonna try to go for sure. But I moved here. Let's see, it was 6 weeks. 6 weeks before COVID.
So what made you come here?
So my stepfather, my parents retired to Withville area back in '05, and I had come back here prior. My mom got sick, and she passed in 14.
Oh, sorry.
And thank you. And so then I was like, Pop got sick, so I was like, I got to come back for him,
Yeah,
and so I did. And then he passed in 21.
Oh man.
So then I just stayed. I got to know some really cool people here, like self and Alex Marks. Alex was the first person of our friend group that I really met first.
Really?
Yeah, he was.
Great guy, man.
I had just got hired at Cabo Fish Taco when it was still here.
That's what it was.
And Jimmy, who's our GM now, was the one that hired me.
That's what I thought. Yeah, but you worked at the one in Roanoke, though.
Yeah, the one right there on Campbell.
I think that was. I mean, dude, I go to the one in Blacksburg, and I went to the one in Roanoke. That's some good. I like it. I
liked it too. It was just there was no foot traffic on that end of downtown.
Downtown's really weird
because everybody stays on like the 202 Offals, Forkside. Well, not Offals anymore, but the Haven that's coming.
Haven.
But everything that's down on that end, and then they go down Market Street down to JB's.
Yeah.
That way. They don't really go that way. The only time you're going that way is at nighttime, is if you're going to Sides or if you're going to Beef. But we're already closed by then.
That's fair. Yeah.
So it was, it was a great, it's a great concept. Phenomenal. It's obviously it's been around over 20 years, especially the one in Charlotte and Blacksburg. But it was just the wrong spot. If it would have been down like maybe where Scrambled is, if it had been on that corner, it would have been on fire, or Hatch or anything like that. It would have been on fire.
Damn. Yeah, it would have been. And I loved going in there, man. My favorite is the salmon wasabi tacos.
Yeah, those things are so good.
They're kind of like, man, they're probably some of the best.
Yeah, they clear you out too, buddy. You get that one bite and you're like, woo.
Yeah, they put a little too much on the first part of it where you hit it.
Yeah, fuck, the Tavaru tuna tacos were they were so good.
And then you got the banger mash, or what are those? The mashers, the jalapeno cheddar mash.
Jalapeno cheddar mash, yeah.
Those are good too.
Did I used to eat so much mashed potatoes when I first got there because at the end of the night we got to throw them away. I just take some home.
And they're like fresh, real mashed potatoes too. They're not
we got down on them. Yeah, we made them.
That's awesome. Dang, I didn't know that you worked. That's cool, man.
Yeah, that's why I've known Jimmy, our GM. I've known him longer than anybody there because I like I said, he hired me in 20, and then we're there 6 weeks. My first day, I remember this. My first day training behind the bar was with Jimmy's now wife, Amy. Mm-hmm. She was the bar manager there. So I meet her there at 10 in the morning or whatever, and we're standing there. We're not open, obviously, and my phone's like vibrating like crazy. And we're talking. I'm trying not to be rude. I don't want to look at my phone. And then hers does too. And she goes, "Oh my God, what is going on?" She looks at it. She goes, "No way." And we turned the TV on, and Kobe had died.
Damn, yeah.
That's how I always remember. Like that was the day.
Damn.
We literally watched it on TV for about 10, 15 minutes.
Oh man,
while we're training, if you will. You know what I mean? But
that's wild that I forget about that. Isn't
that crazy?
You don't forget about. But
it's been that long,
Yeah, it's crazy how it happened. That's and it's even like, have you seen the one? What's the guy Bobbitt? The NASCAR race, the NASCAR driver.
Biffle.
Biffle.
Yeah,
Bobbitt, but yeah, Biffle.
Yeah,
same concept. I guess he passed away in like a plane crash or something.
Yeah, it was like they call it. It's a Cessna, but it was a jet. When I first heard it, I'm thinking Cessna. I'm thinking these little beater planes, almost like an RC car, like the little car.
Yeah.
But it was an actual jet. But it was this whole family, dude.
That's what's
wife
crazy,
and
man.
kids.
Dude.
It's bad either way, but still,
yeah,
you lose 2 generations
right there. Yeah, For real. And if they don't have any siblings or anything, that's why it gets weird with me. I'm the last Carter in my family.
Yeah, see, I'm the last Wolf.
Yeah, so it's like, what I do? You know
yeah, see, I have a daughter. My daughter, but that's it. So when she gets married, the Wolf line that is tied to me is gone.
So you still got time though.
Not me, man. Not a chance. Man, I'm about to be 57 years old, man.
Man.
Well, not about to be in August.
Damn.
I'll be 57, man.
I just turned 30.
But but I tell people all the time, I'm 57, but in my mind, in my heart, I'm 30. You know, my sense of humor, I'm 12, but my body feels like I fought in the Civil War. You know?
I know what you mean. Yeah.
My body creaks and cracks. I mean, it's just like snap, crackle, pop. Dude,
I think about that too. Like I just turned 30, and I'm only 30, but it's like, fuck, dude.
You got plenty of time.
I got time, yeah.
You see, it's different. See, when I was 30, when you were 30, totally different. When I was 30, you should have already had something going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I should have had some kids or something.
Or at least married. You should have had some of the pathway laid already.
Yeah.
Nowadays, people aren't even thinking about that right now. In most cases, we still have the people that. Guys and girls that they want to get started early, right after school, right after college, whatever.
Yeah.
And more power to them, because that's a tough thing to do, especially in this day and age.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a tough situation.
I know, man. It's funny. It's like I'm at that age. I'm sure you experienced it. Like I'm 30 now, and all of my friends are the same age, if not a little. I was like kind of the younger. I was the run of the litter for all the kids and stuff. I was the youngest. I graduated when I was 17. But everybody's having kids and getting married, and then now it's like, at first it's like I had a group, and I talked to someone else on the podcast about it, but I like, it's weird. There's a group of friends you hang out with, and then they all get married and have kids, and then you're the only single guy, and then it's sort of just fears off, and then you go hang out with another group, and then that shit happens, and then I'm still friends with all of them, but it's like we're in just different seasons in our life, so it's just and it's nothing bad about it. I'm not upset about it.
Nothing bad at all, and the thing about it is too, and you're absolutely right on that. It's like for me, it's the bar business. I'm always working with younger people.
Yeah,
I'm always around younger guys, girls, just but you see. The waves, like you're talking about, they come and go, and they meet someone, they get out of the business. Thought about it like that.
Yeah, that's true.
And it's just like you hang out with people, and then you don't hang out with people. Just like Andrew. It was like when you had Andrew Schwartz on. He's the son I never had.
Yeah,
he truly is. He really should have been my kid at one point. Because back when we met you. Pretty much when we were upstairs back in the heyday, back when it was getting crazy.
Yeah, it's not
it was like me, Drew, and Trav were up there pretty much every Friday, Saturday.
Dude, yeah.
Like Drew and I, we could have a full-on conversation and just look at each other.
Yeah.
Just the way I said his name, like Drew, or I go Drewy, and then I turn my head and he go, like he just knew what I was saying. But but we don't see each other as much anymore because he got the other job over at the other place. So did I. We moved on. We just didn't work, and we don't work together hardly at all. We work together on Main Bar.
Yeah.
Here, maybe twice a month, three times a month, maybe. We just don't see each other as much. Plus, he's in his relationship with Shar. So and more power to them.
They're getting more serious with that.
Yeah.
And that's what's funny is you do see that, especially I feel like that happens more in the restaurant industry. And I haven't experienced it a lot, but I've been going to restaurants and hanging out with the staff a lot, and like even DJing, and I worked at Twisted Track, remember, for a little while.
That's right, I forgot about that.
And it's the same thing, like you see it, and people are, they come and go. Like I worked there at Twisted, for example. Just it was a certain period of my life where I needed the money or whatever, and then I just kind of whatever. Things change, things evolve, things get better, they get worse, whatever happens, and then you just kind of roll out, or like you said, like somebody settles down with somebody, or like whatever happens, and then it's just like, or somebody finishes school, and then now they have a big girl or big boy job, and then what I'm saying?
Exactly right.
Just, yeah.
They get that 9 to 5, and they're not there as often. Yeah, and it's true. It's like for me. A lot of times I go, man, where did I go wrong? But you know what? I wouldn't change a thing, dude.
Yeah, but 34 years in, it's crazy.
I would really love doing it.
Did you do anything else, like profession-wise, or did you like drive a truck or something?
No. I had like little spots here and there. Like I used to work for a radio station back in the day.
No way.
Planet Radio 93.3.
What'd you do?
I was the I would go and do the setups for the remotes.
No way.
Yeah.
Did you ever think about getting on it?
No, I heard somebody tell me one time, yeah, you got a face for radio. I'm like, shut your ass up, dude. I'm not that ugly. But no, I had a friend of mine, Josh Klinger, who's still in. He's in Chicago now. He's the one that kind of got me into it, and I was the guy who would show up, set up the equipment to do the live remote, just to break in between, and then we would also I got the package that we were giving away free stuff, like if we were giving away tickets or T-shirts, CDs, whatever the case may be, and then I'd give it to the air talent, and then
got you. That's cool.
And then but you got free bar tab wherever you're at, buddy. That's what started it, man. And then that's how I got to know other bartenders. And then once you come work here, and that's how I got more and more into the bar business. But I started bartending, dude, back when you could still smoke in a restaurant.
That's awesome. Well, I mean,
it was terrible back then. But looking back on it, and see, I smoked too. I just quit. Well, yeah, yes, I still vape. Don't judge me. But I quit smoking cigarettes. It was over 3 years ago. This past October.
I was about to say, I think I remember meeting you when you did smoke.
Yeah, and boy, I never realized how bad I stunk.
Really?
You could smell people that smell them now,
that's true.
And I never realized that you could. I always thought, hey, I just washed my hands, I'm good,
Yeah.
Didn't realize I was carrying it,
Yeah,
and,
you do.
and it was just terrible.
It's true, especially when you drink and then you have like the smell of it on your breath with the beer and stuff.
You smell like that guy.
Yeah, you're that guy. It's like, yeah, but you know that guy, you're probably having a good time or whatever.
That's true. Exactly what you.
And every once in a while, I'll burn. I mean, I smoked a couple of cigarettes on New Year's Eve night. I'll be honest with you.
But, did you?
Yeah, fuck it.
I mean, I've tried. I'm not gonna lie. I've done it where I'm like, you know what? Let me take a drag. And I'm glad.
Not a fan of it
it's just not. No. And I only smoked menthol.
Oh fuck!
Yeah,
I can never do menthol.
Yeah.
I love the just raw tobacco.
Did you?
I don't know why.
See, if they didn't make menthol, I would have never smoked.
Speaking of that, let me hit this thing.
Oh yeah, there you go. Cheers.
I'm gonna leave this right here, man, just for any other occasion.
Yeah, I promise it's just vape.
Yeah, hope so. No, but it's funny, man. I got into like smoking for a little bit for some reason. It was, I did construction. I still do, but
yeah.
Fuck, man. I mean, I had some guys that I would work with in the construction field, and they'd be doing break time or whatever, and then they'd be smoking. I'd be like, let me grab one, and then you smoke, and you're the young guy, so you're smoking cigs with them. Everybody else is doing it, you know how it is. And then next thing I know, I started buying packs.
I was going to say you started buying your own, right?
And I started smoking Camel Crushes. And I liked it because I didn't like to vape, I didn't like the menthols, but I would crush it at the very end.
You get that last.
To get that, just if I wanted it.
You're thinking maybe it was going to freshen your breath a little bit?
If I wanted it, right? Yeah, I didn't. And it was crazy because I thought that Camel Crushes were actually like Marlboro Lights.
Yeah.
They're not. They're actually as strong as anything else, whatever.
They're strong up there.
Then I started, I noticed, I was living in Fairfax at the time, and I was driving to work, smoking one on the way to work. That's when oh, fuck. Then the Juul came out.
Oh,
then I started juuling. I started doing the Juul and stuff, and then I got into that, and then these started coming out, and then, and I mean, every once in a while I ask to hit yours. Actually, pretty often if I see hit yours. That's why you.
That's why.
By the way, he brought me this because I'm a bum, man. I smoke OP vapes and that's other people's vapes. And that's my brand.
The OP.
Yeah,
that's
OP.
Funny, dude. I like that.
And,
OP vape.
But then I mean, dude, there was a time where I was ripping vapes, dude, bad, just fucking. I mean, one every day or two. I don't know what it was. And I was stressing probably at that point in my life. I don't know what was going on. And now I've luckily weaned off of it, enough.
I was sorry to be that guy that to bring you on.
Oh, no.
But
I still rip them.
But you used to, I remember, at one time, dude, upstairs. But I remember back when I used to go, what's the number? Do you remember, BPM? We're not going to drop it below, 111,
Yeah, hell yeah.
Because I always loved the fast, almost the EDM style. When you're mixing stuff in.
Hell yeah.
And I remember one time you came in, you were so proud because you brought your own. You're like, yeah.
Check this
but
out.
halfway through it, you're like, hey, can I hit your vape? Mine's done.
Yeah, mine died.
That's what you're talking about ripping it, dude. You were killing it.
Yeah, man. Because I get up there and just be I mean, that was when I first was really starting to DJ for crowds. So I was sort of nervous, I guess you'd say, and I would just like be ripping. And that was my way to balance myself, even though it probably just made my shit even worse. Like I started, it was probably made me more anxious, you know. But yeah, I'm kind of glad I got off the cigarettes though. I mean, like I said, every once in a while I'll smoke one or hit one or whatever, and it's like a one and done. Like if I do smoke a full one, I could say like I smoked one midday or whatever, I would be good for a couple days.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I don't need to smoke, but that's how it starts. And then you start smoking again. And then next
Right.
thing you know, you need two, then you need three, and then now you're smoking a pack a day. And you're like, fuck,
Yep,
dude.
exactly. And my thing is too, I always make the joke like, no, I don't have to look for my lighter all the time, but I'm still looking for this. I've lost
Yeah.
this thing more than probably I've lost the lighter.
Hell yeah.
You know,
It's crazy. And cigarettes are expensive though nowadays.
dude, I didn't know this how long. Well, not how long. Like I said, over 3 years. But now, like the Marlboro Lights are $10 a pack.
I remember when they were $4.87, and I had to get someone to buy them for me. So I was under 18, and that was back when you could get them at 18.
Yeah, yeah.
Shit, you probably remember when they were less than that.
Man, I remember. Yeah, dude, I remember when gasoline went over $1 a gallon.
And people were probably freaking out.
Dude, I remember my mom was a diehard cigarette smoker. Cowboy killers too. Marlboro
wow.
Reds. That's all she ever
100s?
smoked. No, just regular short Marlboro Reds, man. First cigarette I ever smoked too, because I stole one from mom and tried it.
That's how you gotta do it. That's how it always
killed
starts.
me. She I can remember her saying that if cigarettes got over $4 a pack, she would quit. I remember her saying that.
Dang, that's kind of crazy.
And
And looking back, because that was probably how long ago.
that was a long time ago, and it was just like, I mean, cartons of cigarettes you used to be able to get them for less than $50 back in the day. You can't now. I mean, now you're looking at $80 a pack. Now you're looking at what?
Yeah.
What is it now? What do you get? 10. So
we need somebody to pull it up, man. Like how much?
yeah. So you're looking at like $100 a carton now.
Probably.
Is that about right? So if you're $10 a pack, you might get what? Say if you get $1 off,
Yeah,
and there's 10 packs to a carton.
yeah,
That's $90
yeah. Still, let's say 100.
before taxes, for tax, title, and insurance.
I wonder if that industry is lacked because of these things.
Well, I think that had a huge, because the prices went up quick. They really did go up fast, and I think that's what they
Supply
did. Is
and
like,
demand.
screw it, we're gonna make people pay for these things
Yeah.
because we're not selling quantity anymore. You know,
yeah.
they're not selling multi-millions now; they're just selling millions.
Well, it's kind of crazy because when the smoking stuff first kicked off, it was like everybody was doing it probably, and that was in the early 1900s, I think.
Oh yeah,
or even before.
I mean,
then.
just like you watch old movies.
Everybody was
Or
smoking.
you ever watch old clips of like Johnny Carson? They're smoking on Johnny Carson's smoking while he's interviewing people.
Yeah,
I mean, everybody on the set, Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, they're all just sitting there lighting them, torching them. But that was the thing to do.
That's true,
If
man.
you didn't smoke, you weren't cool.
you weren't cool. Yeah,
Like the 50s hot rods, you had
And
to
they had
smoke.
them in the thing.
Had them rolled up in your
your
t-shirt,
thing.
right?
God, man, damn. So wait, what year were you born?
I was born the day before the original Woodstock, August 14th, 1969.
No way.
Yeah.
So I met one guy one time. He's still kicking. He was at
Thanks.
he was at Woodstock. He was at Woodstock.
he was there, okay.
At 17 years old. And man, I wish he was here to tell the story. He'd tell it better than me. But he went when he was 17. Fast forward, he had some buddies or whatever, blah blah blah. And he went, just hopped in the car. He said he went there fully clothed, didn't know what to expect. It was raining. I'm just doing the short story.
Yeah.
He said it was raining. Actually, I probably should say this part because it's funny as fuck. Actually, he said it was raining. They were about to leave because it was just because you remember it was just a shitty experience the first night. Well, then the next day came around, and he said all of a sudden the clouds just disappeared and it was perfect weather, but it was muddy still.
Right.
And he said then people just started. He was there the night before the real day happened. He said people just started flooding over the hills. He said it was so packed. Like I'm getting goosebumps talking about it because the way he told the story, he was like looking off into space, like it was weird, like the way he was telling me. And he said, he goes, I remember when Santana came on. And he's like, I was just at the front row because he got there before everybody. So he was at the front row already. And he said some dude was naked on the fucking, on the trusses. And he's like, yeah, dude, that dude had the biggest dick I've ever seen. And I was like, he's like, that thing was just swinging. And he goes, and all the women were looking up at him like, oh my God. And I was like, dude, Richie, is that the only thing you remember about Woodstock? And he just was like, I don't know what it is, man. He was from New York. He was a New Yorker.
That's
He was a
hilarious.
firefighter, police officer from New York City.
Oh,
so he was
wow.
like, he would probably tell some crazy shit. But dude, he told me that, and I was like, you're the only person I've ever met that was at Woodstock. You know
I've
what I'm
never
saying?
met anybody that went to it.
Isn't that crazy though? And if you did, they probably were really young or something.
Well, they had. Well, yeah, they had to be because you figure that was the teeny early 20s.
Yeah,
Run, for all that group
That's true.
for that type of music, the free
Yeah.
love and all that stuff.
man, could you imagine being there? You can't mimic that shit.
There's no way because they've tried and it never even come
No,
close.
it's because I think what made it so cool, from what he even said, was you thought it was gonna suck. Maybe because it was raining, dude. It was raining and it was shitty and it was
it's in
muddy.
an area that there's nothing around.
There was nothing around, and he said, he's like, man, I went there fully clothed. He goes, and I left with no shirt on, no shoes. My pants were wrecked. He goes, I had nothing in my pockets, and he's like, I found my friends randomly. I mean, and I'm sure everyone had a story.
Anybody?
Well, I'm sure everyone has a story like that. That's why I was like, man, I would love to find, and I'm sure there are Reddit posts or something of like Woodstock stories.
Oh,
That'd be kind of a
there's
cool thing.
That would be cool to do.
Just to listen to Woodstock stories. But his story was pretty funny. I mean, like I said,
that's hilarious.
the fucking,
It became Woodcock for him
yeah,
instead
yeah,
of
it was
Woodstock.
Woodcock. Yeah, I was like, God, dude. I was like, that's actually what you remember.
That's what
he told me that too. I was like 21 years old when he told me that story, and I'm like, what are you talking about? That's crazy.
That is crazy.
I was a baby to the world when he was telling me that story. He was a baby to the world when he experienced.
That's what he remembered. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Yeah, that's not, I'll tell you something that's crazy too, and I don't think you know it as well as others, but I'm a number junkie. Like numbers for my thing, right? I'm like Rain Man with numbers.
I remember you said that, yeah.
And it's something that has always blown my mind. So I was born in '69. I'm 56 years old, but I've been a part of 7 decades. Figure that out.
That is interesting.
Right? Because you figure the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000, 2010, 2020s.
Yeah.
I've been a part of 7 decades,
Yeah.
but I'm only 56. Now,
That's
how does that equate, right? But
That is kind of
granted, I was only part of the last year of the 60s.
Maybe. Oh, I see what you're saying. Like you technically.
But I was essentially part of the 60s. I was born in
Yeah.
'69. I mean, I only 4 months before it ended, but
Damn, yeah, that's true.
and and then I was watching. I don't know if you saw it. It's a Stephen King book. It's called 11/22/63. There's a series. It's on Netflix right now. It's really good. It's a Stephen King book.
Okay.
But it's not a typical Stephen King book. It's one of those whoa movies, right?
Yeah, it's not.
And
like
it's a
scary
guy
one.
that goes back into time and tries to stop the JFK assassination.
Oh.
And then what the world would have been like if he hadn't died.
Okay.
And it's really cool to look at that. You're watching it, but then I started thinking about it, and I'm like, damn, 1963. I was born 5 years after he got killed. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that is kind of wild to think about.
Like,
Damn.
well, almost 6 years, 5.5 years,
Yeah,
roughly,
yeah.
but 6 years. I was only 6 years removed.
And like,
And Kennedy got killed. I mean, the world was in turmoil, like civil
Yeah.
rights and,
That was true.
MLK and all that stuff was right there.
yeah,
And I was born into that,
yeah, we're born,
but not knowing of.
I'm about to say, because you were at the beginning, like the very, like you were in the middle of it, but at the beginning of your life is kind of what I'm saying. Like you were you wouldn't have really had any thought of it, I guess, until you were probably like
no.
even 10. I mean, I don't even know
And
about
that was
10.
the thing too. Like growing up in Northern Virginia.
Oh yeah, you're around all that stuff.
I really didn't see a whole lot of that. A whole lot of the black white stuff.
Really?
Not a whole lot. I mean, it I don't know. It was different, I guess, in that area. Now granted, if I had grown up in somewhere in Mississippi, I guess it would have been different.
Yeah,
because
that's
just the way that those people were raised that way.
Yeah, they were,
and for generations. But yeah, I just didn't see a whole lot of that. But it really made me think about it when I was watching that show the other night. And I was like, wow,
It's
like all the stuff that I just missed, if you will, being born right then. But imagine if I'd have been born in '59 instead of '69, just the stuff that I would have seen. Just wow.
That's true.
Just the way this world has changed and what it has gone through, and we're still seeing it, and we're unfortunately. You know, we're still seeing it. And
It's always changing, man. Like we're in like a technical age or something right now. I don't even know what to call it.
I'll tell you this. Biggest mistake of my life. If anybody ever asked me, what's the biggest mistake you ever made? Biggest mistake of my life was when I was in 7th grade and we had to take a class on computers. And I said, why would I ever want to do this? I'll never have to use this. And we were learning how to write like little programs like run, dot, execute.
The coding.
Like the coding. We were learning how to do it. You know, on the old screens, the old the dot matrix printers and all that stuff.
Damn.
And boy, what was I dumb? That was the worst mistake I ever did because I was all about sports and the normal stuff, not this computer stuff.
That's why the nerds, man, are the elites, man.
Yeah, so we didn't, and that was the thing too. We didn't carry book bags. If you carried a book bag, you were a nerd.
Yeah, you had to have your books holding them. That's how it was.
You had to hold your books, man. You didn't carry a book bag.
Yeah, what the fuck are you doing? Yeah,
you know,
that's how
nowadays everybody's got one.
Yeah, that's how it was for me in school. I like, and it was like the smallest binder, and it was like whoever had the smallest binder. It's like, but it just, motherfucker, you were failing. Like you weren't even passing. You weren't even passing. You know, you're a failing class.
You were just there.
You were just
you were there to take roll.
That's so funny. Yeah, it's funny because that's how it really was too. You're right. I didn't even think about that. Even for me, I mean, that's how it was. It was having, like, we never really. Now I'm thinking about it. So it's weird. Now you're talking about being on the cusp of things. I'm old enough to experience like the new age of like I wasn't. I think I was like in middle school going into the high school when the Android really first kicked off. Like having a smartphone.
Yeah.
And it was an HTC Hero. And my buddy was like, dude, everybody was, because it was Android. I was a big Android guy. Now I have an iPhone, but my buddy had one, and we were just like, what the fuck? And it had like the ball on it or whatever. You could scroll. And I had like a BlackBerry. So that was my smartphone, it was a BlackBerry and stuff like that. But I mean, I guess I kind of spoke in restaurants, I remember as a kid, I got the last little bit of it. So I've experienced this, kind of what I'm saying, A lot of the stuff people talk about, they're like, oh, you're too young to know. I'm like, actually, I did. Because Roanoke, I feel like, is behind the times a little bit too.
So how long have you been here?
I actually was born in Botetourt, 20 minutes away.
In Boat-Tort?
In Boat-Tort, yeah. And I was there up until I was 17.
Yeah.
And I went to Radford, where Andrew went.
Yeah.
I've dropped out though. I dropped out of college. It's a long story. I was actually just telling someone about this yesterday. I dropped out of college, and then I had a friend that was like, "Hey, do you want to go overseas to do some contract work?" And I was like, I mean, what else am I going to do if I don't have a plan? And I just signed up for it. There's more detail to it than this.
I remember you going, because I remember we met you and then you were gone for a bit. And we're like, where did he go? And like, he's over in the Middle East. We're like, he's where?
Yeah, so I did that
because I was like, is he in the military? Like, what the hell?
No, I still do it. Really, it's just contracting work. So I did. I'm an electrician by trade. That's what I got into, was doing telecommunications and stuff like that for the government, doing like construction installs at facilities and stuff like that. And it was crazy, man, because like I said, I fell into it. And the reason I dropped out of college, now I'm thinking about it, was because I went in as general studies. And I didn't have a curriculum. I didn't do anything, like say curriculum, but I didn't have a
You didn't have a major decided?
Yeah, and they were, and they said, well, look, if you don't pick anything now, I was in the first semester, if you don't pick anything now, you're going to be here for 5 years. Because if you did a whole year, general studies, nothing's going to roll over into your major. So I'd had to done 5 years. I was like, why don't I just leave and come back a year later? And they're like, well, no, wait a minute, you can't do that either. I was like, oh, so you want me to spend an extra? And I was paying for my own school at the time.
Oh, yeah, so you're
like, fuck that. Well, the thing is a lot of these colleges back then, I don't know about now, but they promise you all the grants and shit at the very beginning. And I mean, I was only paying maybe $7,000 a semester, or it might even been less. But the problem is, then are you going to get that grant the next year? And like, are you going to get? I feel like they. And a lot of my friends that I met, that's what they told me. They're like, yeah, dude. They were sophomores. They're like, yeah, man, I got a grant, and then I didn't get the grant the next year, so I had to pay full price. I was like, well, fuck that, dude. I'm not paying $20,000. I don't even know what Radford is now. I don't know how much are colleges now? Like, fuck.
Scotty, how much are colleges right now?
Yeah, what's the tuition for Radford University?
I wonder what it is right now.
It's probably something crazy. I know back then it was $18,000 a year.
Oh, we can look it up.
Yeah.
We'll grab it. Oh yeah.
Yeah, let's grab one more, and then we'll do some research. We'll
Let's
kick
do
back.
it.
We're back live.
We're back.
Yeah. So Billy, can you type in what the tuition is for?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
We're getting you trained up for the.
Yeah. So I'm gonna be your new. Hey Sammy. Yeah. Oh wow. Wow. So the annual tuition and fees right now. This is in-state figures. It's $12,952.
Damn.
And then semester tuition and fees is $64.76.
Holy shit.
Annual tuition only $86.98, $8,700.
Damn.
And the total cost includes mandatory comprehensive technology fees, which add to the base tuition. Wow. The total cost, remember that this doesn't include room, board, books, or other living expenses.
That's kind of what I was thinking. Like, I think when you pay to live there, that's an even more.
Yeah, so then you get room and board, you're going to add another 10 probably.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking, honestly, I that was lower than
what you were thinking.
Because
that's Radford, though. I can imagine.
I didn't go.
Yeah.
Let's look at Tech.
Tech's probably something crazy. Because the thing, too, is if you don't live on campus, so Radford, I think, made you stay. I don't know if it's the same now, but back when I was there, you had to stay on campus. You couldn't stay off campus until you had your first year. Freshman year, you had to be on campus.
Ah.
And then I want to say, yeah, so it's probably expensive, right? Yeah. And the thing with those, a lot of the apartments, they make you pay for the year. You don't pay for. So like a lot of those college and universities, their apartments are annual leases. They're not semester based or whatever, that you can't do, from August to March, and because you have to pay for the whole summer if you leave for the summer.
Oh, really? I see. I didn't know that either.
Yeah. So when I used to paint,
so it's like, so you have it when you come back, I guess.
Yeah.
That's your
spot. Yeah, I think you're eating. Well, your parents most likely. Y'all are eating 3 months.
I was gonna say, when do they get out? They usually get out May, June. We come back August.
Yeah.
It's kind of like
we'll just say
it's
September.
kind of like school, right?
Just same
regular
concept.
school, right?
Yeah. This really is motor oil, by the way. I mean, that shit's.
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
It's called 10W40.
I was wondering if you were making this as a joke towards me, because I usually always make the joke that my knees, I need oil. So I was thinking maybe he was trying to make it
damn.
funny.
Well, there we go.
10W40 for my knees. I feel like the 10 man.
Dude.
I was like, damn.
This is pretty good. It's Imperial.
I've seen them. I haven't seen them. I've never held one.
Really?
I've seen them.
Well, I saw it. What caught my eye was the 10W40.
Well, let's,
it's out chocolate.
Oh, you already tried it?
Yeah, I already cracked it.
Let's try to see what we got.
It's thick.
Is it remind you of like a Guinness?
Nah. It's more like a stout. It's definitely a stout. Pretty good, though.
Oh, that's real good.
It's got vanilla in it. Chocolate vanilla.
I like that better than a Guinness.
Coffee, chocolate,
Don't hate me for that. Don't hold it against me.
That's our sponsor, man. You can't be saying that.
Yeah. Guinness. Speaking of which, the candy cane car bomb is the way to go.
What is that?
Oh, man, I've been drinking the crap out of them. Candy cane car bomb. So Irish car bomb. You know what that is, right?
Yeah.
All right. So it's the same thing. You half a pint glass with Guinness, and then you do a shot glass, half of Bailey's, half of Rumpelmintz. Yeah, and see, that's what you think, right? But it tastes like, when you drop it, it tastes like a Girl Scout Thin Mint.
Oh, I can see that.
It's dangerous.
I can see that.
It's absolutely dangerous. Because the other one had JMO in it. It had JMO and Bailey's, because it's all Irish stuff, But this one, it tastes like a Girl Scout Thin Mint, and dude, it is dangerous. I drank like 2 or 3, Kimmy was behind the bar in Maine one night, and I was like, all right, Kim, I was off. I was like, let's try it. Let's do
it. Yeah.
And I think she made me 2 or 3 that night. Those things, they're that good. Dude. They really are. So thanks, Kim, for that hangover. Appreciate you.
Oh, yeah. I bet you that's a recipe. What's the one, the baby beer? That's a new one I've been doing.
The baby beer.
Those are kind of crazy.
Yeah, I think, you know what, honestly, I think it might be Logan Byers. I think Logan, thanks, Logie. Love you. I think Logan's the one that introduced us to those, because you used to have the baby Guinness.
That's what I thought they were talking about. I was like, you mean the baby? No.
Yeah, the baby Guinness, you used to have those. But then the baby beer is just Liquor 43.
Yeah, I never even heard of that until I had one.
Yeah, it's just a liqueur, but it's liqueur 43.
Liqueur.
Yeah, but and it's not very strong as far as alcohol, like ABV.
Where it's like 15 or
I
something.
think it's a 17, I believe.
Yeah.
You know, but it's still going to do its thing.
That's all I need.
But you know, but my thing is I can't drink, and I'm not lactose intolerant by any means, but I can't drink alcohol with milk because I'll make myself get sick. I'll think about the milk curdling
Oh, because
in
it
my
does.
stomach. You know
That's
what I mean?
true.
And it's just I'll make myself feel bad.
You ever heard of a alien brain hemorrhage?
Yeah.
Those are cool
Yeah,
looking.
when you like, boop, and drop it in there.
Dude,
Yeah.
those are cool looking, but they're kind of weird too. It's like, because you know it's just curdling up. Like it's just like, ugh.
Yeah, you're just like
What is it? Peach schnapps, Bailey's, grenadine, and blue Syrah,
blue curacao.
Blue
Yeah, blue
curacao.
sea. Just say blue
Blue
sea.
sea, blue sea.
And which, by the way, a lot of people don't know. The blue curacao, all it is triple sec with blue dye in it.
Really?
That's all it is. It's the same thing.
So what is all that stuff? There's sweeteners.
So it's a citrus.
Mm-hmm.
So triple sec is the main use for triple sec is for your margaritas.
Gotcha.
It gives you the citrus taste to it.
Oh.
So it's an orange. It's mainly
Gotcha.
an orange base.
Like Grand Marnier.
Yeah, Grand Marnier is the expensive triple sec. That's
Got
that's
you.
the high end.
I got you.
Like Grand Marnier. Not actually, I spoke wrong. It's Cointreau. Cointreau is the high end triple sec. Grand Marnier is the high end. It is it's the bee's knees, if you will.
Gotcha.
That's the one.
Okay.
But a lot of times you'll use Grandma as a float. You'll float that onto a top shelf margarita or something.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
But again, it's still an orange. It's still got an orange flavor to it. But triple sec is all it is blue sea. Or blue sea is all it is triple sec with blue dye in it.
Because I had a friend, he would actually he would buy Grand Marnier shots. He's like, "You want a Grandma shot?" I'm like, "What the fuck is that?" He's like, "Grand Marnier." I was like, "I guess I don't know." And it was not bad. I mean,
It's not bad. Yeah, but I know people that drink it for like an after dinner.
really, that's what I heard. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
good for a digestive.
Yeah,
just like Jaeger.
digestive.
Just like Jaeger.
Yep. And that's what amaretto was created for.
Oh,
Amaretto is big in Italy for
and they do a lot of that
after
there.
dinner.
That makes sense. They do a lot of that up in those countries and stuff like that.
Yeah, and then the amaretto. Yeah. So, but it's to help with digestion,
Makes
essentially.
sense.
Especially when you're eating, when you get like Italy, you're eating a crap ton of cheese and pasta.
Yeah. It's really heavy. A lot of dough. Damn, flour. Shit like that. Damn, that makes me want to go there.
Can you imagine being gluten free trying to live in Italy?
How you could?
Well, what do you eat? I mean,
I don't even know if gluten
what
free.
do you eat over there?
I don't know. Nothing, I guess.
Meatballs? I mean,
I
is
feel
that
like
all you eat?
Gluten free probably doesn't even exist
Shrimp,
over there.
shrimp scampi? That's it?
I don't even think you just like as soon as you get off the plane, you're just not gluten free anymore. I think that's an American thing. I've never heard.
Dude, I think it's a farce, dude.
I've
so
never
sorry.
heard of anyone ever in my life over like when I do my international stuff. I've never heard of anyone being gluten free. It's crazy,
dude. Granted, I know there are people out there that.
Yeah, sorry, we're not insulting you.
I'm so sorry. I'm not.
But we are.
Yeah, well, kind of. Yeah, I know there's people that have issues with that stuff. Celiac and all that stuff. I'm not saying it doesn't exist, but the amount of people that have dairy allergies, but then they'll go, and then they'll order something, or a salad, and then they'll go, but you can put a little cheese on there. No, because if you have a dairy allergy, you can't have cheese. So
all.
So my thing is, I've always said, just because you in the middle of the night got up and you ate half of a pie in the middle of the night and then got up and crapped your brains out the next morning, doesn't mean you have a dairy allergy. You know what I mean? That's what It's just
true.
like the gluten thing. It's again, not saying it doesn't exist because obviously it does, but.
It's just something that's come up a lot. Recently.
It's just what like what,
yeah.
you got to think about this. My grandparents, and I'll give you what I'm basing a lot of my opinions on, not necessarily knowledge, but my opinions on. My grandparents used to go out and catch a chicken, wring its neck, pluck its feathers,
It's my
cut it up on the countertop. Put it in a bowl or put it in a pot to boil, wipe it off, and then start cutting vegetables on the same one. But nobody died from it.
Nobody.
But now we have people dying from it because you didn't use the one cutting board just for chicken.
Because you have the different ones. You have like green for veggies,
right?
red
But
for poultry.
Back then they didn't have. So how did it come about? Do you see what I'm saying? And I'm a firm believer that the hand sanitizer has hurt society more than it's helped society,
You think so?
because it's 99.9%. Right.
Yeah,
So
that's
whatever
true.
that 0.01 is, that's a bad joker. Whatever that one is out there,
Yeah,
they can't get.
that's
But
true.
think about the when I was a kid, you just went out. You were around kids. You did this. You rub dirt on it. You'll be all right. And now you have kids that don't even see outside unless they have a play date, or they just don't interact. They don't get to your immune system doesn't build, and that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm getting at. Your immune
That's a big
system isn't
thing.
built isn't fighting other things that it's not
Yeah,
used to, because
that's
that
true.
doesn't see them. And then when it gets hit with it, it's like and it shuts down.
That's true.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, not necessarily hand sanitizer, but I
get
think it has a lot to
I
do
get
with
the
it.
concept though, because really it's like taking antibiotics. I mean, if you take some strong, I'm talking like Ciprosil. You ever heard of Cipro?
Yeah,
That shit also kills the good. It doesn't
Yeah.
just kill bad; it kills
it
the
all.
good. And a lot of people don't realize there's like probiotics and there's a lot of bacteria that is good. Like your stomach. I mean, I had someone tell me, they're like, yeah, man. People say that alcohol, like drinking alcohol, kills the bad bacteria in your stomach. I was like, yeah, it does, but it also kills the good bacteria.
It kills a lot of things.
You know what I'm saying? It's not just
Brain cells, it kills it
yeah,
all.
yeah. But I was like, there's a difference between the two, and it's true. I mean, if you're not exposed, like honestly, it's like the bubble boy or whatever. Like if you live in a bubble, literally, if you live in a small little bubble,
Yeah.
and then you walk outside. That's weird how the lights cut on.
That's what I was just looking at.
I might have had it on a timer or something. But
I was just like, well, Sammy's out there, I guess.
yeah, the producer, or whatever you call him.
What are
But-
we gonna call him? We gotta call him.
Yeah, we
something.
gotta call him something funny. It's not even their real name. It's
Yeah,
like,
I know. Yeah, just call him something. But yeah, you're right though. It's a bubble boy, a person living in a bubble
yeah,
goes out and experiences things that it's never. Your body just goes into shock.
he doesn't know what to do. It's like the sun. I mean, if you're inside all the time and you never get exposed to the sun, and you walk outside, and as soon as you hit the sun hits your skin, you're fucking fried, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, there's fair skinned people, but I'm talking people that just don't go out or do anything. It's like, and then you step out and you get fucking burned. I mean, you're like wondering like, what the fuck happened. Same with germs and stuff. You know, I mean, I wash my hands a lot. Don't get me wrong, but it's still one of those things where I feel like you have to sort of have immunity, I guess you'd say.
Yeah, it's true. And I tell people all the time, like, there's obviously more professions that rate higher, but bartenders have, all in all, on a busy bar, have probably some of the cleanest hands you ever want to see.
That's true.
Especially volume, because you're going to spill here and there just pouring a beer.
Yeah.
Granted, it's not pure alcohol, but it's got alcohol in it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Pouring a beer from a draft, it's going to leak over. You're pouring, whatever, and you're constantly, if you watch bartenders, they're always wiping their hands, they're always doing something, and it's just.
That's true.
Excuse me, pardon me. I know that got caught on there.
Nah, it's okay.
But yeah, it's it's literally. People all the time like this, and I'm like, dude, we have some of the cleanest hands you ever seen. And people are like, oh my God, you touched my lime. Yeah, I did. I mean, okay, should we have tongs and put them in? Okay, we could.
But those just get just as dirty.
But it get just as dirty because our hands are touching the freaking thongs. So the
exactly.
thongs, sorry, thong.
Yeah.
The tongs. So yeah, so it's like, you're damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Yeah, and then I drop
way or
the
the
tongs
other.
and I put it back in the thing. Fuck them. No, I'm just kidding. Nah, but that shit happens too.
Yeah.
Depending on where you're at. My granddad said he was at a restaurant one time and he watched a dude. The way he was sitting at the restaurant, he could see into the kitchen because whatever. And,
It's like one of the open air. Or
and the guy like dropped a piece of chicken and he picked it up and my granddad's like, I knew he was about to put that shit back in there.
And he looked and saw.
But he saw my granddad see him and he threw it in the trash. And I was like, you motherfucker.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
He's like 5 seconds.
Yeah, and I've never worked because I worked at a retirement home when I was 15. I had to actually get a worker's permit, but I worked at a retirement home from like 15 to on and off 17. And I was a server, so I was in the kitchen all the time. And that's where my first job was, and I was experiencing like the hospitality world. But it was pretty cool. I don't know if you just did bar. Did you just do bar, or were you ever a server or anything?
Well, that's a whole. I'll get into that for a minute.
So-
in a minute. I was a server for one day.
Okay, so you okay,
Go
so
ahead.
but it's funny, like we would only get 4 tables, and then once the table, it was a retirement home, so they had a set. It was like 4 to 8 or something, or 4 to 7 is when the dining room was open, and there was just a bunch of rich people. It was a like 5-star, 4-star retirement. It was the Glebe down here in Botetourt. Yeah, so it was nice, and I mean for what it is, and dude, it was so, looking back, I was like, dude, fuck this job, like whatever. And I never got tips because you couldn't get tipped because they were residents, so I got an hourly wage.
Oh.
I was getting like $7.50 an hour at the max. I think I was $7.36 is what I started at, which I was like, hell yeah, bro, that's 10 cents more than minimum wage. Like, but I'd make like $200 a week, man. It was hilarious. But dude, I would get 4 tables, and then once they were done, you were done. You just started doing side work, and then you were done. You did 4 hours a night, I forgot how I was gonna go with that. But anyways, working in the kitchen. But I never experienced like the people that worked there were pretty legit, I guess. Like, that's kind of where I was getting at. Like they were all a bunch of kids in the dining room, but in the kitchen they were older because they were full time.
They were adults.
They were adults, yeah, and they did the prepping all day, and they I never really seen any crazy shit where they were like, man, fuck it, let's just But they prepped the food because there wasn't always everything was already kind of prepped for the night, so there was a set menu. It was like one soup, 2 salads, 2 entrees, 2 desserts, right? That was it. And then you had ice cream, which was just 6 flavors or something. So they had the food already made, so it was just whatever was rang in, then they would just prep it and then send it. But as far as like, I mean, now during the day, I don't know what they were doing, but like as far as cooking right on the fly, if they dropped something and did some weird shit or spit in their food, I wouldn't notice. Like I never knew about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I've never firsthand ever seen.
Because people talk about that all the time, and I'm like, is that a real thing? That's what I was kind of asking.
It's obviously has happened.
It's got to.
People aren't making that shit up.
Yeah.
I've physically firsthand. I've never seen it.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of leading.
I've never seen the 5-second rule. Like drop a burger.
I mean, fuck it, you cook it.
I mean, I've never seen that either. But just like the movie, have you ever seen the movie Waiting?
Oh yeah, where he like pulled his hairs off and shit.
Yeah, shake his dandruff, to give it, Parmesan cheese,
Oh, dude.
But it's
I can't finish this beer anymore.
But I mean, obviously, there's some people. It's happened. People just didn't make that shit up.
That's
but
true.
I've never seen it, and I think we've come a long way from that as well.
Yeah.
Because back then, just like you were saying, you had the kids, and then you had adults. We had a lot of kids that kind of migrated into being line cooks.
Yeah.
Because people as they got older got out of being line cooks, went into being chefs, sous chefs. Went into the next step.
Yeah.
So they weren't the line cook at your mom and pop at your bar establishments.
Yeah, that's fair.
So you had to put somebody in there. So then you had fry cooks, and then flat top grill and stuff like that. But I just don't think it. I don't think it would fly nowadays for sure.
Did you ever work
There's
in a
too many
kitchen?
eyes. No, I never worked.
So
in
you
a
mostly
kitchen.
were at the bar.
So that's So
one day as a server.
So we got time to go on that. We got time to.
Oh yeah, you got plenty of time.
All right, cool. So
This is what I've been waiting for.
So you asked. So my first job was at a Ruby Tuesdays.
Okay.
Back when we wore blue jeans and a white button up, and you could still smoke at the bar at happy hour.
Damn.
Yeah, it was blue jeans was the.
Wait, was it only happy hour?
Oh no, it was just.
Anytime. All the time.
Anytime you could smoke, but like that's when it was crazy smoke.
Oh, I see.
And at the time I didn't smoke cigarettes at the time. I started smoking shortly after that.
Mm-hmm.
But I worked with a bartender that had a cigarette going at the end of the bar.
While he was working.
And then he'd get done making a drink, walk down and hit a drag. I mean, but that's the kind of stuff. That's where we've come from.
Yeah, that's true.
But so I worked at this Ruby's, and my first day, I was training to be a server, and I was 22 years old, and so I had to shadow the server, right?
Yeah, training.
And we had the high top tables in the bar area. They were all like 4 high top bars or tables in the bar area. Worked that shift, didn't make any money. When you're training, you don't make any money.
Nah, yeah, not the first
Or
night.
not any tipped money.
Mm-hmm.
You just get paid hourly. So the next night I come in for my training shift, my trainer calls out. And then another server calls out, and the GM says to me, "You remember where you worked last night? Do you remember the table numbers?" Yeah. He goes, "That's what you have tonight. You're by yourself. If you have any questions, ask the
And that was
bartender."
the first time you'd ever.
And so this is my second night. Like, I have like 6 hours experience at this point, right? So I go in and, dude, I just rocked. I crushed it, right?
Did well.
So at the end of the night, going to my checkout, my GM goes, "Shut the door," to the office doing the checkout. I shut the door, and he looks at me and he goes, pardon my French, he goes, "I want to know why in the fuck you've been lying to me." And I went, "I'm sorry, what?" What? I'm thinking about getting ready fired. I don't know what I've done, you know? He goes, "Please," he goes, "You said to me you've never worked in a restaurant." And I said, "I have not until yesterday." And he goes, "Well, explain something to me. Explain to me how you sold more alcohol than anybody in my restaurant tonight."
Damn.
I'm like, I don't know. And he goes, "You ever thought about being a bartender?" No. And he goes, "You want to be a bartender?" And I went, "Sure." And he goes, "All right, tomorrow you train on bar."
No shit.
And that was it.
And that was it.
I was a server.
So your first day ever in a restaurant, you were a server and you became a bartender.
And then so I trained. So essentially, I did do 2 days, I guess.
In theory, yeah.
So I trained on one day. I served by myself.
Damn.
And it was sold so much alcohol that they made me a bartender the next day, and the rest is, they say, is history. And I've been a bartender ever since.
That's crazy. Because most people, they got to put their fucking time in. They got to be a host, and then they got to be a
server. I didn't even have to go the old school, like going through being a bar back.
You know, I was about to say, then you have to be a bar back.
Yeah, because you generally, it's very, very rare that you hire a bartender
off the street.
Unless, you just know who they are. They've got experience. But you generally, because of the fact, they got to learn how we do it. Say, for instance, you've got 10 years experience, and say me and Drew, we've known you, but you got to learn how we do it at our place. You got to learn what glasses we put in. We got to learn how we ring it. We got to learn, you just got to learn our way. There's
more to it.
But then on top of that, you got to learn the menu. That's what gets you, because that'll tie you up because you don't know how to ring food in. Do you see what I'm getting at?
Yeah.
So that's why you generally want people to start out as a server.
That makes sense.
So they learn the menu.
Yeah, because I worked at Twisted, and Twisted's the same concept, but it's a brewery, right? So it's only beer. We have no liquor. So I've never had experience like mixing or anything like that. And then we did the food and stuff, but they had it so dialed in as far as like ringing in food. It was pretty easy for the most part. But I don't know how well I would do. I mean, I'd probably pick up on it, but I don't think I would do well if I was like a real fast paced, like fucking like get this shit, like slinging all these different drinks. Because really, all right, there's 12 beers, ciders, whatever, a couple bottles of wine, but what's that? You know what I'm saying? Right. I mean, and half the time, I don't even like a lot of them at the place I worked at, they would say, "Oh, you need to like be able to sell them the drink," right? Someone's like, "Hey, what do you think about the Irish Scottish ale or whatever the fuck?" I'm like, "Dude, fuck it, just try it." Because at the end of the day, I mean, hey, no offense, but I'm like, you might not like it, like, right? Like, I like stouts, but like, we might have cracked this and be like, "Fuck this."
Yeah, we tried this and like, ugh. Like, no wonder we don't have this.
Right? Like, you can't. I mean, that's why
it's really good.
It actually is it's probably one of the best I've had out of a can. Mm-hmm. But it's funny because. Shout out to what is it, Highwire Brewing? Where are they out of? Asheville, North Carolina. We'll go down there and hang out.
10W4, they got a little extra oil for my knees for the night.
Yeah, exactly. That's actually hilarious.
I appreciate that. But also too, that's really
it's really good. I think it's because it's got chocolate and vanilla.
That's really good.
But that's the thing is people would ask me what something would taste like, and I'm like, dude, I could tell you till I'm blue in the face what it tastes like. Your taste buds are different than mine. I might love this, but you might give it to somebody that hates it.
Right.
So, but that's why I always kind of thought with like actual bartending, the thing is the drinks are like the same, but you can make them fucked up. Right. Like you can fuck up an old fashioned real fast.
Oh yeah.
Or like whatever.
I mean, there's a reason why there's what they call the build. Now you build the drink. There's a reason why you're only supposed to put X amount, 0.25 of this, 0.25 of that.
Yeah.
There's a reason why. It's because they figured out if you put 0.5 in it, it overpowers it and it tastes like ass.
Somewhere, yeah, exactly.
Right. So somewhere, people have done their homework, and a lot of these drinks like those, like the old fashioned, is very, very popular now because of this bourbon run we've been on for 5-6 years now.
Yeah.
Since COVID. Since the Buffalo Trace Distillery.
Yeah,
all that
true.
Stuff. All that stuff happening, and now that we're still on the lottery, in Virginia to getting the nicer bourbons, which is
Really?
only the Commonwealth states do it. Everybody else, you can go get it wherever you want. You go to Florida and buy whatever you want.
That's crazy. It's like Everclear in South Carolina.
Yeah.
You ever had Everclear?
Oh yeah.
Fuck that shit, dude.
Yeah, Everclear is brutal.
I'm getting the fucking.
Yeah, no. I'm just like,
gosh.
Yeah. Used to make all the hunch punches with the Everclears and stuff.
Oh man.
And then all of a sudden it was Tuesday. Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, I remember. Oh god, I was talking about Virginia Tech, dude. I remember this is actually a funny story. You ever heard of pink panty dropper?
Yeah.
Like like Jungle Juices and stuff. So
Yeah.
they made this one thing. I forgot how old I was. I was younger, and I went to a college party with some friends, and actually I was still in high school probably at the time, and I remember hanging out, drinking and stuff, and I don't know what happened, dude, but I got sick while I was sleeping, and I threw up on. I was sleeping on these 3 couch backs, like you
took the backs off the
couch to make a bed, and I threw up on one of them. It was like fuck, and I threw it, or like maybe I got up. I think I went to get up or something, but it was too late. It was just too late.
And it was pink as could be.
Oh, dude, and I flipped it over and then laid back down and went to sleep. And my friends were like, it was really early, and they were like, "You ready to get out of here?" And I was like, "Fuck yeah, let's get the fuck out of here." And I never saw those people ever again. But I was like, dude, could you imagine if? Oh god, could you imagine being that person that was like, "What the fuck is this?"
You're like, man, they put these.
Oh, dude, yeah, man, who the fuck slept on these? Oh man, god, dude, good times.
The good old days.
That's the good old days, man. People don't really do that anymore. It seems
like house parties. Don't really do house parties anymore that much. You know what I mean?
Not really.
Like we used to do house parties. We used to get the baby pools.
Oh yeah,
and just when you showed up, you just instead of everybody having a whole bunch of coolers and everybody walking in the kitchen 100 million times, trying to make room in the refrigerator, you just drop them in this baby pool full of ice.
That's a good idea.
You just go,
Damn.
But we used to do that kind of stuff. We stopped doing keg parties in high school. One, because we were underage, and we used to go to Dixie Liquors, which is still there, by the way, across the Key Bridge. As soon as when you go across the 14th Street Bridge,
okay,
you're going right into Georgetown. There's Dixie Liquors still there. They used to sell. Sorry guys, but I'm going to throw you under the bus. Can't get in trouble now. Back in the 80s, man, they would sell us alcohol. We could reserve kegs at 17 years old.
That's crazy.
And just like you, I graduated when I was 17 because my birthday being in August.
Mm-hmm.
And but yeah, they didn't reserve them for us, and we had this party, and we had no kegs now. So then we were like, well, how much can we get with this? And we bought it to the last can of just different beers.
Damn.
And I had this funny story, and my buddy Tom Warwick, and Tommy, love you. He's out in Arizona, or actually he's traveling the country with his wife right now in an RV. I had a 1974 Chevy Monte Carlo. Like the big one, right?
The fucking
and
boat.
it had I put air shocks on it, right?
Oh damn!
Because it was a lowrider,
Oh yeah.
I put air shocks on it. We had so much beer in the back of it, it popped one of the shocks. That's how much was in the back. So then what we did, it had just snowed, and it was over. We did a party at Mike Conwell's house. God, I still remember it's at Lake Barcroft.
Mm-hmm.
And we would take a trash can with a bag in it, and we would put a case of beer, a layer of snow. Case of beer, layer of snow, and we just packed all these trash cans.
Damn.
And you just that way you didn't have all these solo cups everywhere.
That's a good idea.
And you're not wasting a bunch of people pumping a bunch of beer, don't know how to pour.
Yeah, that's
and so it actually worked out. But yeah, you don't even hear people doing keg parties anymore.
No, not really, man. The last keg I DJ'd a wedding recently, and they were having a blast. It was funny. It was a last minute wedding. This girl found me because of a photographer that was at a wedding that I was playing at before. I don't really like to do a lot of weddings. I don't think you know that, but now you do. I don't really. I mean, I'll do them, but it's just a lot of work leading up to whatever. But that's another topic for something else. But dude, they had a keg, and the girl was like, "I promise it's gonna be fun," like blah blah. And I was like, "Damn, they don't really have a lot of kegs at like weddings." Well, at least. Not that some
strange.
Dude, they were fucking doing keg stands, and like it was wild. Dude. I was
they had to be young, right?
My age, like 30, like 28, 27, something like that, 29, and I was just like, dude, you guys are crazy as fuck. just doing keg stand. I didn't know anybody. I didn't know a soul. And I'm used to doing weddings where I know people, at least like one person, or like Red was at one of the weddings I did with a friend of mine. I'm used to at least seeing somebody I know.
Yeah.
or at least like I'll help a DJ and I know them or something. You know, this was a straight just random crowd, and they were getting rowdy, dude. They were just doing keg stands, and like the bride was doing them, and then the groom, they were like, come over here, whatever. I forgot his name, but they were like, come over here, and then he was doing them. And I was like, dude,
that's something I've never done.
I never have either.
I've never.
I never got into it. I think it was always because I was too nervous or something. I don't know what it was.
I think I was just too big.
Yeah, me
nobody
too.
could hold my big ass. I couldn't get up there. Number one.
And that's the thing too. I don't think I could hold it. Like I don't think I could hold myself up. And
back then, no. I mean, because right now I'm as light as I was when I was in high school.
Really?
Yeah, I'm about the same age. I'm about the same weight that I was when I graduated. God, so long ago. But shit, I at one time I was all the way up to like 295 pounds.
Damn, I'm like 270.
Are you really?
Yeah, believe it or not.
Are you really 270?
Yeah, I weighed myself at the doctor's office yesterday.
Yeah,
they weighed me, and I was like, "Fuck."
Well, I have a doctor's appointment next week for my checkup for all that crap.
Mm-hmm.
We can go into that if you want. It's up to you.
Yeah, it's whatever you want to do.
But the scale I have at the house, I weighed 3 days ago, and I'm 214.
Damn. That's where I'm trying to be.
That was like my playing weight in high school. I mean,
for real?
For football.
You got some good size on you though. Like as
I've always been like,
you're like a taller guy. You're kind of,
I carry my weight well.
Yeah, exactly.
You know
kind of like me. Like you probably like,
because I'm wide.
Yeah.
Like
big bone.
Big boned. Yeah, not like the guy at Woodstock though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, fucking holy shit, dude. He, bro, when he told me that, I need to call that guy. That guy's still kicking. He's like 75 years old.
Dude, I would love to. I'd like to hear those stories, but the behind the scenes stories.
Scotty, call Richie. Get him on the phone. I got him on Facebook actually. I might hit him up and be like, man, I need to know about this Woodstock story. He's like, nah, man, it didn't go like that.
Yeah,
it wasn't like that. That's not what I meant. That's not what I meant. Well, now you have to tell it, Richie.
Yeah, but it's I used to be like 295. I used to wear 44 waist. And now I'm like down to a 36.
Damn. Yeah, I'm at like a 40.
Well, I was at 40 forever.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like I just kind of stay. That's what I was thinking. Like when I weighed I was like, damn, dude, I weigh 270. Like I was 245. I mean, I was 245 like last year, and I was like, but I felt like I never looked any different since last year. That's why I was like, how am I?
No, you've definitely lost weight though. I can tell.
That's what I feel like. That's why I was like,
I can see it like from because we don't see each other as much as we used to.
Yeah, that's
right.
Fair.
You know, because you become. I forget the term, but it's kind of like daily blind. You become blind to stuff that you see every day.
That's fair.
Like you wouldn't see that I'd lose 10 pounds if you didn't see me for 3 weeks. Then you see me and you're like, oh my God, you're losing weight? You know, because you would see that.
That's true.
You know?
A lot of people at the bank I've noticed are losing weight like that. I don't know what it is, but
they're not making as many deposits.
I guess.
That's what it is.
I don't know.
But it's so but like for me, well you know about my what I got. You don't know about all that?
No.
Oh, you don't know?
Mm-mm.
Oh, Lord. Okay, well.
You about to drop a bomb on me?
Yeah, I'm about to drop a bomb. Cheers.
Cheers, man.
Cheers it is. So, March of 23. I seriously thought I thought I had like COVID or something. I couldn't. I was working out, but I was trying to lose weight. And I'm losing weight, but I'm losing a lot of weight.
Too much, yeah.
And then everything started tasting like cardboard. This is so weird. The only food that didn't taste like cardboard was pizza. Okay. And you ask Alex Marks.
Most of the time, that's what tastes like cardboard.
He's my roommate. I'm his roommate. I was eating pizza like crazy because it's the only thing I could taste. Everything tasted like cardboard. But behind the bar, I could taste, because I taste all my drinks.
Yeah.
Because I want to make sure it's right. Mm-hmm. I could taste all that. I could tell you if it was missing this or that, whatever, right?
Yeah.
So I just, you know what? I hadn't had a full physical in a while. Fine, let's do it, right? So anyway, I go do it. So I get a call. I did that on a Thursday. I get a call Tuesday, the following Tuesday, that I need to schedule an appointment to come speak to the doctor. I'm like, what about? Well, doctor, I'm like, no, tell me now. I can't do that.
Yeah,
so how about now?
Okay.
Because I'm freaking out. Now. And they're like, as a matter of fact, I'm yep. So I actually went to the doctor. It was in Salem. Longest drive out there because I'm thinking like I'm dying. like, what's wrong with me?
3 months. Yeah.
And so anyway, I go in there, and so your white blood cell count is supposed to be right around 1,000. Mine was just under 19,000, which means my body was fighting an infection like to the umpteenth power. Like it was fighting. So I got diagnosed with leukemia.
No shit.
Yeah. And
I didn't know that at all.
And myself and my mom are the only ones that have ever had it. And my mom, it's not what got my mom. It was another illness that got my mom.
Yeah.
And I was like, what?
Yeah.
Like, and so it's a blood cancer. So it's not like what stage is it? And all this stuff. So that we had to do more blood work right then and there. We did more blood work to find out how we were going to attack it. So then what I did was I started in April of 23. I had to do a chemo pill once a month. I did it on the first Monday of each month.
Okay.
Because at the time I was working at Pokey Joe's and 202. So we were closed on Monday, so I didn't have to worry about missing work on that day. And then I only worked weekends at 202. So then I'd just take off Tuesdays and I'd go back to work Wednesday.
Because would it like knock you out? Like would it tear you up?
It's bad. It was, I would have to sit in the dark. I would get vertigo real bad.
Really?
Couldn't even scroll my phone. I scroll my phone. It was like getting motion sickness, like seasick.
Damn.
You would start peeing like orange colored Gatorade.
So it was just kind of fucking you up.
Oh yeah, it's getting down on you. It was 36 hours. I was coherent. I could rest. I could sleep.
Yeah.
I couldn't eat. Couldn't do anything. But anyway, that's why I was losing all that weight that fast. And I thought it was like,
damn.
Come to find out. So, I had to do it for 4 months, and then we had to go and do the testing again, and all my numbers were back normal. So I was in what they call remission at the end of 23.
Also, you probably found it in time.
So yeah, so at the end of 23, I was in remission. Then, so basically, my doctor was like, if you don't feel anything out of ordinary, whatever, I'll see you next year, meaning beginning of 24. And went back, and everything was fine. I went back for a checkup. Everything was still intact.
Wow.
Didn't have to do any more chemo. And then I was all of 24. I was in remission. I didn't have anything.
Wow.
But I was losing weight, but not at the rate I was,
Yeah.
But so then I found out March of 25. I went back and it was back.
Damn, dude.
And this past, Thanksgiving of 24 till I went back in March of 25, I lost 78 pounds.
Lost.
Yeah, in 5 months. I was losing literally 15 pounds a month on average.
Jesus.
And it was like, my knees and ankles were thanking me for it, but
Yeah.
because being a big guy,
Yeah.
You know it is. Your knees and ankles.
I did a physical yesterday, and she told me to bend down, and then my knees popped.
Mine just popped just sitting there, right?
Yeah.
So then I had to do it again.
So are you still on it?
So no. So I did around another 3, and I'm back in remission again. So I have a doctor's appointment next week. Let's see where I'm at right now, but I haven't had to do what I found out the week of my birthday in August. I found out on August 11th this past year that I was in complete remission again. So hopefully we're battling.
Yeah, man. Damn.
But it's I've seen people that haven't seen me, and just like we were talking about the Daily Blind, people look at me and just like, whoa, you look great. And then instantly I'm like, they don't know. And I'm like, thanks. So my comeback now is, it's not by choice. That's
Yeah,
what I
that's a good
say.
way, yeah.
And like
That's
what, and that's how I lead into it.
Yeah,
Instead
yeah.
of just flat out just going, yeah, thanks, great. It's it's the way I change my diet, or I'm not gonna lie to them about it.
Yeah,
So,
exactly. I mean,
but it's also
exactly.
it depends on who it is. I don't want to go into the whole thing either.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
because some
saying?
people like kind of. I know what you mean.
Some people just saying it to say it. Somebody's vibrating. Is that you vibrating
That's
over
probably
there?
my phone. Is that your phone?
Oh, that ain't me.
Hold on one second.
Check,
I had a
check,
phone
check.
call coming in. Are we in? We're still good?
Yeah, we're still there, I believe.
But no, man, I actually didn't know. I didn't know about any of that, actually.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know?
I honestly, I thought you did, but well, now you know.
Well, yeah, I don't really like, you know how it is, man. I don't really.
And now that I'm not upstairs as much, I see you in passing. Here
Yeah,
and
really,
there.
man. It's really not.
And
We don't chop it up as much
it's
as
just
we
not as good as it used to be, dude. Just not even just business, just the vibe that
The
we
vibe,
have.
man.
Like me, you, Trav, Drew, Suds. Dude, we had a thing, dude.
It was fun, man.
And that one St. Patty's where you guys just alternated back and forth.
Oh, yeah.
And
The
it was
first one we
all of
did.
us up there.
Oh, dude.
And Justin Eubank, man, we rode that day, dude.
Fucking killing it.
And that was the thing. That's one thing I always loved. That's why I always wanted like the BPM there, because I'll get lost and I'll catch myself like pouring to the beat, like and then like the drop will come and I'll go 2, 3, 4, and then it'll drop.
That's hilarious.
It's just it gets, for me, it helps with the monotony, and
That's
true.
true.
Just people just hey. It's that.
Oh my god, dude! I couldn't imagine like the shit you see with people just being fucking just snooty and goddamn, dude.
Dude, don't ever tap a glass or something like on a bar. Like,
Yeah, man. I don't even like.
bro,
I don't
it's-
even like lean. Like sometimes I'll lean a little bit in just so like they can see me a little bit. But
Yeah,
but
man,
I'm not
that's
gonna be like,
different.
hey, what's up? What
or
have you
snap,
doing?
dude, literally just it was right before Christmas, I believe. It was on Main Bar, and this chick, I was on Main Bar, and I was walking towards. So I'm here's the bar side, and we're packed pretty good. It's probably about 10:30, 11, and I'm walking. I had just taken 2 orders for draft beer and a couple shots of Fireball. I'm walking, and this chick goes, "Hey," and snaps at me.
That's insane.
And I looked, and I stopped dead in my track. And I just looked at it, and I just looked, and I said, "Don't you ever fucking snap at me. I'm not a fucking dog." And I walked away. Now, granted, was that wrong? Probably.
Sounds like me
But
a couple Fridays ago.
I was in the battle, dude. I was in the trenches at that time. We're getting our asses kicked.
Yeah, and then people are so entitled. And I don't know if it's has it always been that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I was going to say I don't know if it's like a new thing.
And it's generally like in my early stages of my career, it's generally guys who are like, I was in my 20s. It was guys who were 30s and 40s who had entitlement. Had the sport coat on,
Or trying to get a girl or something.
or they were just trying to impress a girl. Like, or she'll have a white wine spritzer and I'll have a Cuba Libre. I used to love to go, here's your spritzer and here's your rum and coke with a lime. That's all it is. But she's trying to sound cool.
Yeah.
You're a Cuba
What's a
Libre.
cute really, bro? You've been to
Yeah, you know what I mean? Here's
You
your rum
speak
and
Spanish
coke with
too?
a lime, dude. Good job.
That's fucking hilarious.
I used to love to do this stupid shit. Like, it was just entitlement. Entitlement's, it plays a big part in the bar.
Yeah.
Especially when people think and or know they know the bartender.
Oh, dude. Or yeah, dude.
But there's people, we remember those who take care of us.
Yeah, that's
and those
true.
who don't fucking, aren't a pain in the ass to us. Like, we'll wait on you. We'll take care of you best we can.
Phone's ringing again.
Is that you or me? That's you.
That's me. Fuck it. Some dumb shit.
But yeah, it's just, but it's just, after a while, it's just, hey. And just so you know, when bartenders are turned around at the POS, and we're talking about y'all. We're saying something. And a lot of people don't realize this. We hear everything y'all are saying.
People
If
don't
you're
realize
sitting
that.
at the bar, you're facing us.
Oh, yeah.
No, we block you out the best we can. But there's times when you're just pouring a drink and you hear this girl talking to her girlfriend going, yeah, and so what happened? Da-da. And then, he wanted me to stick my finger up his ass. And
And you're just like, what?
I just looked, and she'll go, oh my God, you heard me. Like, yeah, we heard you. You're
Of
looking
course,
right
you're
at
looking,
us.
yeah, you're still facing us.
But it also, when it's, 2 and 3 deep, wrapped, like on the St. Patty's,
Yeah.
it's so hot behind the bar because you have all that air breathing on us. And there's no air getting to us.
I can see that.
And, just like that St. Patty's I was talking about, that last one we did, that one was crazy. And that was the one
deep.
where we had bar towels soaked in water in the reach-in freezer that we were putting around our necks.
So hot.
And the floor behind the bar, and ask Drew next time you talk to Drew or Trav or Bank, the floor behind us, upstairs bar was soaked. It's a tile floor. It was soaked. It wasn't from us spilling. It was condensation.
Really?
It was just so humid up there.
That's crazy.
It was brutal. It was, and then like when it was all said and done, when it was over, and everybody's finally cleared out. That was like at that time we were in the middle of like a 16-hour day, and we still had about 5 more hours.
Bro, those are long fucking days, dude.
Yeah, we pulled a 22, I think, that day.
Yeah, we still. I mean, DJing, we did 12 hours.
Yeah, you guys are like alternating, like you guys
and that
were
was nice, but you're still up for 12 fucking hours DJing.
And we had just gotten off work at 5 that morning, the Friday night before, because we had to take all the tables and chairs out, for the festivities, and then we had to be back at 9 to open at 10 because people reserve upstairs to watch the parade. So we have to be ready at 10, and then we close at 2, and then clean up and all that. We got out of there, I want to say,
6
Drew,
a.m.,
correct
right?
me if I'm wrong, I want to say 6, 7.
Ah, dude, that's insane.
And then there were people that still had to open that morning, so we sent them home. And we had to clean, but the thing about it was we had to bring all the tables and chairs back in because they were open for business Sunday morning for brunch.
God, that's
So
crazy.
we're the last of the Mohicans. So like it was a long day, but I remember having my hands on my knees, going, "Hey, does anybody need a hug? Because I need a hug." I mean, it was bad, dude. It was brutal.
Dude. I mean, like, but not to get be pocket watch or anything. I mean, what do you normally make last night? Can you are you willing to share? I mean, you probably have to bring in. I mean, do the volume that place brings, and you're there from the beginning to the end. I mean, you're there the whole time.
So what we do is we pull all the tips for upstairs, downstairs, and on St. Patty's, I do believe we do the speakeasy as well.
Okay,
because
the speakeasy is its own thing, right?
Normally, yes, it's its own entity. And the girls have done a phenomenal job of bringing that to its own where it's at now.
Speakeasy is cool.
But reason we did that early on was because it wasn't anywhere the level it is now. Like Kim back in Maryland was still there. Maryland, Tori, Kim, Logan.
Maryland.
Like they brought it to what it is now, and then some. The girls have done Charlotte, they've all done a fantastic job bringing that up to where it is. But they would close at midnight. But then they'd have to wait till 2 a.m. to get their money.
Oh, dude,
Back in the day. So then that way they work for their own thing, which for them it works out great now because most nights they make more than we do. On most nights, because what we do is upstairs, downstairs.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, get back to St. Patty's. I'm quite certain we do all together.
Yeah.
And then you just add up all the money. So this last one that we did over 80,000. In
sales,
it did over 80 grand.
Fuck, dude, in one day.
We broke our record. I want to say it was 84 grand.
Yeah, I think my first time there was kind of lower than that though.
It was like
60 something.
It was like, I want to say right at 70.
Yeah.
And then it crept up. But the first year that Eubank he took over for Jamie as bar manager. I think we just right at 80. I know that 1 year we're talking about where you and Brian were riding with us. Upstairs bar, the 4 of us, me, Trav, Drew, and Bank, we were under $100 away in sales for $20,000 just in alcohol. The 4 of us. We were averaging something like 160 something drinks an hour. That's what we were averaging.
That's insanity.
That's what we were averaging. That's how much we were slinging up there. But this last one we did at the end of the night, I think we had 17,000 in tips that we split.
Really?
That we divided up. And how you do that, you just total number divided by however many hours, total hours. So for, easy math, just say it was $1,000 and we had, 40 hours of employees, working.
Total, yeah.
You divide it by 40.
Oh.
And that gives you your hourly.
And then you divide it by how many hours,
and then so whatever your hourly is, say it's $30 an hour, just easy numbers, and you work 7 hours, you make 210. If you work 8 hours, you make 240. If you make 11 hours, you make 330.
That's actually pretty cool.
So that's how it's done.
It's like tip pooled in a way.
It's tip pool is what it is. So, but everybody makes the same hourly. It just depends on how many hours you work. But everybody pretty much works the same hours. But we all made over $1,000 that day.
That's fucking crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, we all made.
And it's funny. And then people talk about bartenders and shit. Fuck, dude. I know people that make a lot of money doing that shit.
We make $5 an hour.
Yeah,
that's all we make.
Yeah.
We make $5 an hour plus tips.
And that's actually higher than it used to be. It used to be like $2.
Well, it's still $2.13 an hour.
Oh, but y'all make it over there.
So at 202 we get $5 an hour.
That's good. Damn, that's really good actually.
So yeah, it's good, but our checks generally, because you got to claim. What we do is we have to claim. Oh yeah, we'll talk about that real quick. We have to claim our credit card tips.
Yeah. Okay.
So if our credit card tips are, say on a normal night, $1,500, the 6 of us have to divide that $1,500
separately
and claim it under our own number.
Oh.
So that way it gets claimed for tax purposes.
Damn.
Because we work under one number.
Got you. Okay.
During the night. Upstairs has its own number, downstairs has its own number, but at the end of the night when you go to check out, you claim your cash, you claim your tips, what you made.
Got you.
So with that being said, to go back to how much bar has changed over the years, when I first started, there was a rule of thumb. You always claimed your credit card tips because it was a paper trail. On an average night, you might have 2 credit cards.
Total.
2. 3 maybe.
And everybody just
everybody's paying cash.
That's crazy.
Now it's very rare that we get cash. It's rare.
Is it more of an annoyance? Because I remember
it is with the tap to pay. Tap to pay is a pain in the ass right now.
Really?
Yeah, because we're handling your $1,000 phone. What if we drop it?
Oh, you mean with the phone?
Yeah, it's tap to pay now. Like they want to do.
Now that's annoying because then very
annoying. And then on top of that, they'll forget to turn it on. If it's a Venmo or a Cash App or whatever.
Or they're sitting there holding it.
And then you got it and you go over there, hit it, and it's not reading, and then you got to go back, hand it back to them, turn it back on. And it's just
an extra step.
It's a whole extra step. And
damn.
Generally, we try not to do it late night.
Got you.
Because at one time, I think it's been rectified when we switched to the new system, the Apple Pay and stuff like that. It just didn't seem to work after like 10 o'clock. Or something like that. Or I think it was Apple Pay. But we used to have a sign. Actually, I think we still have the sign upstairs that we don't do Apple Pay after 10 or 11 because it just didn't seem to work.
It didn't work well.
It just didn't connect. It would
That's
just
weird.
spin. It would just, and so it just, and then a lot of times when people do that, they don't tip us.
Really?
Even though it prints out, they don't tip because they're on a budget.
Yeah, well, that's yeah.
And prices have gone up crazy.
Yeah.
Prices have gone way up. Like we're at $7 a beer now.
I remember when it was like $5, and that was high.
Yeah, I remember when you used to get a bucket of beer for 10, or you get 5 beers for $10.
That's insane, isn't it?
It was back in the day. It was called a bucket of rocks. It was Rolling Rocks beer. Back in my day, back in my 20s, and you get 5 of them for $10.
That's fucking crazy.
And the beers were $2.50. So essentially, you were saving like $2.50 by doing it that way.
But I mean, whatever.
It was basically you're getting a beer for free.
Well, it's funny. So you're talking about getting beers for free. So there's a place in Miami I used to go to called Duffy's. Mm-hmm. You ever heard of Duffy's?
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure you have.
Oh yeah.
And they used to do buy one get one.
Yeah, so we're not allowed to do any of that here.
So, well, this is the funny part. I would buy the beer. I remember I would do buy one get one. I would go with this guy, and he was like my project manager or something. We go. He's like, man, buy one get one free. Blah blah blah. And it was like $5 for 2 or something like that. Well, then I'd get buy one get one. They put one in the hole. You know how it is. Like one in the hole. Keep it cold. And then I did the buy one get one. And then one night I was like, man, I was doing buy one get one. And then it was like I was about to leave, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna do one. well, fuck, I got the bill. It's $5 for the one beer. And I was like, wait a minute. I was like, so it's actually, it was nothing. It was something like the math didn't make sense. It was like, they weren't really buy one, get one. They were actually like $2.50 a piece or something stupid. But then when you got one, it was still $5.
Yeah.
It was something dumb, but it like the math didn't make, now I feel like I'm not making sense, but like the math, whether you're getting one or the other, you were still paying the same amount of money, or it was something.
It was still $5.
It was still something where it was like,
take advantage of it while you can, but if you don't, your dumbass is paying.
Yeah,
$5.
you're still paying the full price. It was like I was still paying for two, but I was getting one beer, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?"
Yeah,
it was dumb.
And just like in Florida, the bars I worked at in Jack's Beach, like Waters.
Mm-hmm.
So that's another thing, just drives you nuts. People flag you down for a water, and you're getting stomped, and they're flagging you down for 2 waters.
I know. I could tell when bartenders.
And then we'll even put the thing out. You've seen it, the tower
Mm-hmm.
with the spout on it, and they still won't use it. Like you just point at it. Well, what's all the way down there?
Mm-hmm.
But in Florida, waters are free until last call. When you last call, your water's $5.
Really?
Yeah, because we want to wait on the people that want that last drink so we can get our last round of tips.
Oh, I got
We're
you.
not getting tipped for our water, so we charge you $5 for your water.
But people
and it
pay
got to be a known thing. Yeah, it got to be a known thing. Then you literally, you'd have people come up, can I get 3 waters? It's almost last call. Like people were scared to death of last call for water. And that was a good thing because, now granted, you want people to have waters before they leave. I get that part. But you should have already gotten your water before last call.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? But yeah, so we did that for our sanity and for our money, because we wait on, because some places you can run last call and you can only serve for like 10 more minutes and then you're out, you're done.
Oh wow.
And that's the discretion of the bars and stuff like that. Like at 202, like we'll run last call, and then right at the end we'll just do shots only. Like you're not getting a full-on drink, because then what are you going to do? You're going to hang out. We're going to have a hard time running you out of there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's shots only at that point.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But yeah, it's that's one of the biggest things. Water. That's why we've tried to alleviate some of the hassle of it, but it still doesn't work. It still doesn't work sometimes anywhere. But for the most part, it does. But it's a big difference. Like from here to Florida, like here in Virginia, you're not allowed to have neons.
Like lights?
Like beer neons. Have you noticed it? Been to a bar in Virginia? Nobody has one.
Like the neon, like
for PBR, Budweiser.
Oh, I guess you're right.
You're not allowed.
Why is that?
Because you're advertising beer. It's an ABC.
That's crazy. I didn't know about that.
You're not allowed to run 2-for-1s. You're not allowed to run any discount on alcohol.
And you can't give drink tickets. I know some bars in some countries.
You can't run any half off. You can't do buy one, get one.
Yeah, that's true.
It's against ABC law.
Because I know like some clubs and stuff I used to go to, it was expensive. Like it'd be $50 to get in. I'm just throwing out like a number, like $20, but you get a drink ticket, and that was like drinks are $10. So you really paid $10 to get in theory, right? We gave them the drink ticket, but I feel like they actually made more money because in theory, alcohol's cheaper than you paying the cash 20. They're sliding the 10 off you. You know what I'm saying? Like
exactly right.
They made more money, but they were getting the drink ticket.
Yeah.
But then they were getting one drink. I mean, I used to always do that in some places I go to. They would have drink tickets. It was kind of, I never understood it, But
just
now
like you hear on a radio spot, just so an ad. You'll hear on the radio like for size for a concert coming up, but it's just for the concert, how much it's going to cost, tickets.
Yeah.
Dr. Pepper Park, whatever the case may be. They never advertise alcohol, not allowed.
That's true. It's never Budweiser or Bud Light or anything.
You're not allowed to advertise alcohol. Like if you post anything, like for 202, you post anything, it'll be like, come in and try our new, Christmas drinks. It doesn't mention anything about pricing.
Oh, so that's a Virginia law.
That's a Virginia law.
No shit.
Yeah, you're not allowed to have, like you can have a neon for Red Bull, or neon for.
So because you're promoting alcohol,
liquid death, but anything with alcohol, you're not allowed to have one.
That's weird.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? Like you work in a bar, but you're not allowed to advertise the beer.
What do you think of a liquid death in like vodka or something?
They're really good.
You've had that before?
Yeah, because essentially they're the biggest, probably the most common drink right now is a vodka soda.
Yeah, it is. I used to drink those a lot.
And that's basically vodka and liquid, the original Liquid Death. The Liquid Death, the Sunshine, it's the citrus one. Tastes like orange. That's my favorite.
Really?
That's had the really Dr. good Pepper over one. Ice. Really good over ice with with vodka.
I've had like the Dr. Pepper one. I've had the Sprite one. I mean, that's like
do the next time. Try the citrus one, the orange one, the black and orange.
Okay.
Try that over ice in a pint glass with vanilla vodka. It tastes like a dreamsicle.
Damn, dude! I used to do these things. They were it was Pinnacle whipped cream vodka and orange soda.
Yeah.
When I was like, I don't even know when this was, but I was dude. That was the best mix ever.
Up on you.
Knock your dick in the dirt.
Yeah, sir, they will.
Yeah, you'd be like, damn, man, this shit tastes real good.
Yeah, and you get up to go to the bathroom, you go, oh, shit.
Oh, wait, what happened? Fucked up. But,
exactly right.
But what time?
But yeah, it's, are you working tonight?
Nah, I'm not.
Are you working this weekend?
Nah, I'm not DJing for a while. I got asked to play the 17th, which I assumed was at Beef, but I didn't. I'm not available. If you know what I mean, I just didn't want to play a Beef. I don't think.
Yeah, probably.
Which I'm not against it. You know, if anybody listening.
Yeah, yeah. So
I just needed I need a break, honestly, personally. I've been playing like last year.
Are you gonna do St. Patty's for us the 14th?
I probably should be home. I should be back. I might be. I got some stuff in the works this year. I actually started an electrical company yesterday.
Did you?
Yeah, I got my master's back in October.
What?
Yeah.
Congrats,
So thanks, man. Yeah. So it's funny. A lot of people are like, man, you're doing a lot of different shit. Because I got the power wash. I used to paint. We didn't even get on that.
Yeah, I know.
Man,
shit. Yeah,
we'll just say that for another. We'll say that for another one. But
yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, don't look at my cut lines up here. Don't look. But I did it real quick, actually.
I did see one. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, no, they're bad. They're actually like really bad. I did it real quick. It was like I slapped it. Anyways,
the studio is fucking nice. Seriously, though, I'm gonna. I'll send you a picture of that painting. I think you would like it.
I need to add some more stuff to the walls, man. Like I'm keeping my wreath that I made with Vinny up here just until I don't touch it because it's starting to like
the needles will go everywhere. Mm-hmm. You'll find them things 6 months from now.
Oh, no, I'm
stepping on them and shit.
Yeah, so
but yeah, I'll definitely when I go home tonight, I'll send you a picture because I think you'd really like it.
Yeah, I need to put something in here, man. I think it's cool. You can see like on here,
and it's a talking piece too.
Mm-hmm.
You'll see what I'm talking about when I send you. You see Paul McCartney. Remember that?
Hell yeah. But I gotta ask, man, what's up with the bald, man? What's your theory on going bald? Because I'm bald too.
All right. So here's my theory.
This is the Bald Guy podcast.
All right, here's my theory. All right, so I was in Florida. I was living in Florida, and I had been there probably I would say 8-9 years, and I just finished mowing the grass, and I'm talking hot, right?
Yeah.
Hair stuck to me like this, like. And I go take a shower, and I get out of the shower, and I'm just like, gosh, I need a haircut. I did have a full head of hair at one time.
Me too.
I do have pictures. I swear I do. And I decided, you know what? I'm a buzz cut it, right? No guard, all the way around, right? So much easier, beautiful. Loved it. Didn't buy shampoo for fucking like 9 years. Loved it, right? I let it ride for literally 7-8 years. Mm-hmm. And then I decided I was going to let it grow back out. It didn't come back. I have like that cul-de-sac.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I'm getting there.
So I didn't know what my hair traits, like my dad died when I was 5, so I have no idea what my hair would have looked like with it. He had a full head of hair. My mom had a full head of hair. But my hair on the side is so gross.
Yeah.
Like literally, I am a firm believer that the Florida sun did it. It burnt all my hair follicles because I was riding out down there pretty much bald like this here.
Yeah.
And I think the sun burnt my hair. That's what I'm going to go with, and I'm sticking with it.
And it damaged it.
I think so because everything else works.
Damn, it's kind of crazy. And now that you mentioned that, because I used to I shouldn't say this on camera, but. My hair started thinning when I was 20. I was in my mid-20s. I'm 30 now, right? And I was in Florida. It's kind of weird. Like I'm not trying to. I'm not to say, but I mean, you're right. Now that I'm thinking about it, I did start noticing it when I left Florida when I was there for 2 months.
I'm saying,
And I was
and I
working
didn't wear
outside and
hats a
shit.
lot, and I lived at Jack's Beach, Jacksonville, and just out in the sun,
Yeah.
just being out in the sun, and
But my granddad, his hair is kind of thin. Like you get it from your mom's dad and shit. Like
yeah, that's what. And see, my mom's dad was, wow, you know what? Think about it. Yeah, he was kind of like cul-de-sac too. Now that I think about it,
damn, man, maybe that's what it is.
maybe that's what it is. But see, I started getting gray hair,
I like the Florida
like in my
idea.
temples. I started getting gray hair when I was like 24, 25, and I remember my mom going, "Well, son, it makes you look distinguished." I'm like, "Mom, how many distinguished 25-year-olds do you know?" But I remember I used to use Just for Men down here, and then I just said, "Screw it." And then literally, it wasn't until I was diagnosed when I started taking chemo, I started getting gray in my eyebrows.
Oh wow.
Because people used to ask me, like, "What color is your hair?" And I'm like, "My eyebrows." I was there.
Yeah, yeah.
And one funny story, real quick, before we go. When I found out, when I went back to my doctor, my oncologist, for the when we figured out what we were going to do with the chemo, he looked at me and he goes, "Well, the good thing is you're already bald." I went, "Fuck you!" Like I was mad, dude. Like he goes, "Mr. Wolf, you have to understand the news I have to deal with every week. That's my way." And I went, "You know what? I respect that. Because I think he kind of knew that he could kind of joke with me a little bit."
Yeah, some people probably, you never know.
So
You ever seen Dallas Buyers Club when they told him he had AIDS or HIV? And he was like, "Fuck you, motherfucker. Ain't no fucking."
I know, yeah. Dude, he lost all that weight. I don't think he ever looked right after that either.
So he ate only a piece of salmon. I think it was 6 ounces of salmon and 2 egg whites every day.
Yeah, like he
Every
lost
day.
all that weight for that, and I don't think he looked, because he was always McConaughey's a good-looking man.
Yeah, he's
but
always
he just
been, like,
never
fit.
looked right to me after that.
No, he lost a lot of weight.
He's
He
like-
looked like that damn light right there.
Dude, he was sunk in, dude. He was.
It was crazy.
That wasn't makeup. Like
I'm
that's
glad he won a Grammy for that shit, or whatever he won.
what do you go, Oscar.
Oscar, yeah, he put a lot of time. He put a lot of work.
He
into
should
it.
have. Shit.
It's insane. But yeah, it's weird, man. Like it's funny. Like I started going bald, and I shaved my head. I was at the first time I shaved it was because I knew it was coming, and I always just wore a hat because I was like, fuck, it's coming, And I was like, man, I'm gonna shave my head. And I was at my buddy's river house, and they were like, fucking do it, you fucking pussy, just being like that. And I was like, and I ended up going to the bathroom, and I just went reverse mohawk, and then I had my buddy just finish it off for me, and then it was like the next St. Patty's Day after, like literally, I think St. Patty's Day weekend was that weekend. Because dude, my thing is I used to always get a haircut, and like it gave me so much confidence, and I like pull shit, whatever the case may be, And I was like, fuck, man, this is my like thing, dude. I get a haircut, and like it gives me confidence. Now I don't have hair, and I ended up like, long story short, I ended up, whatever. And I was like, damn, dude, maybe it's not about my hair,
Dude.
And it's funny because now I wouldn't change it for the world. I got a little thing in there that I just buzzed it up. I mean, I haven't done it tonight. I probably will. Well, maybe not.
Yeah, like me. Like, dude, I just.
Yeah, I do it, and then like I'm getting better, like fading my beard and stuff. And I have the beard, luckily.
Just zap it off, dude.
Yeah.
Bald's a new thing, dude.
It is nice, man. It is nice. I have a friend. He went bald, and we were talking about it. And he goes, he's like, the way he said it, he goes, "You're not gonna pull all women, but you're gonna pull a certain type of woman." Is what he said.
Exactly.
And we
you know how many times people like when I shave, because I have the palm.
I have the same thing.
The palm one, right?
Yeah.
And it's it gets there, but I have I use the it's called Harry's Shave Club.
Oh yeah.
With a 6 blade, and I shave it like down to where it's like shiny, like woo, right? How many people go, "Can I just rub your head?" They want to
like
rub,
it.
because
Yeah. Hell yeah.
It's a conversation piece.
Yeah, that's true. That's how I look at it. I mean, I always wear a hat, but I don't really wear a hat. I used to wear a hat because I was a little bit more embarrassed of it, I'll be honest, but I started wearing a hat because I hated getting sunburn on my head.
There's nothing worse.
And
dude.
then I just kind of just fit it in with my outfit, and that's why I always wear a hat.
Well, that's the thing. And like for me, I actually do it reverse now. I actually wear a hat when I haven't trimmed it up nice.
That's another reason why.
Scraggly looking.
Yeah, I have.
Like Sunday fun day, I'll just wear a hat because I don't feel like cutting my hair.
Yep.
And I'll just whatever.
I try to do mine every Friday or before the weekend. Like I shave my head once a week. I know some people that do it every 3 days. I just do every Friday, and I let it ride through the weekend. And then because Friday, you're good Friday night, you're good Saturday night, Sunday, and then I just let it grow. Like this is a week, and then I hit it Friday. And
like mine is like if I can grab it, that's when it's time to cut.
Yeah, I can definitely.
That's the way I do it. That's the way I look at it.
Hell yeah.
So,
That's a good point, man.
And also too, a shout out to Dave Matthews Band.
Yeah.
50 times, baby. I've seen him.
50 times.
50 times. And Dave Matthews just turned 59 years old today.
That's crazy. You're a big numbers guy, man. So let's figure it out.
59, yeah, that's it.
When was the first show?
My first show was at Merriweather Post Pavilion in 1996 when the crash. It was the summer before I moved to Florida. Damn. And then my buddy Jeff
still was only a year old.
Well, and I was still listening to grunge, and I was still into, like Pearl Jam, Alice in Chains. I was listening to that music, and my buddy Jeff called me. It was like a middle of the weekend. He goes, "What are you doing Saturday?" I'm like, "I don't know, I'm off." And he goes, "You're going to a concert with me." He and his girlfriend had just broke up, and I'm like, "All right, I'm coming to pick you up." And he comes and picks me up, and we're riding. We're living in Northern Virginia. We're heading to Merriweather Post. I'm like, "Who are we going to see?" By the way, I never even asked him. And he goes, "Dave Matthews Band." I'm like, "Who the hell is that?"
Yeah, who the fuck is that?
And I didn't know who the hell it was. And that's when the Crash album had just come out, and which, by the way, is hands down the best album they've ever done. And I went to the show, and the next day I went to Tower Records, dude. Bought a CD when it came in a cardboard box like this, but the CD was at the bottom. And I bought the Crash album and been a fan ever since.
Damn, that's awesome.
Yep.
I've never seen them live. I had an opportunity to, but something happened. I couldn't do it.
So there's a reason why they have 10. They've been around for 30. They started in 91, so 34 years, 35 years. All right, so say they're in year 35 right now. There's a reason why they have 10 studio albums, but 194 live albums.
That's insane, dude.
Their live albums, live is where it's at. We do a whole show on Dave. If you want to do that, I'll do a whole show on that.
I was about to say 50
but,
times.
The concert at Central Park, hands down the best concert I've ever seen with my own two eyes. If you ever get a chance, look it up on YouTube. They did a show almost to the day 2 years after 9/11. They didn't tell anybody. They lost count at 300,000 people in Central Park.
Could you imagine playing for that many people?
That's when they lost count. So apparently they do a flyover, and it's gridded. It's like gridded out. So if that block is covered, that's how many people.
Right? So it's like a good rough estimate.
So they stopped. They lost count at 300,000. They were putting TVs in the trees so the people back there could see. I flew up from Florida, and I got in line. The gates were at 6:00. I got in line at 11 a.m. day of show, and I was like 40,000th in line. God. And I got in to the show, and I've looked at the show 100 times, trying to see if I could see myself, but I'm not on there. But in that show, 3 hours long, they played 8 of my top 10 songs. 8 of my top favorite, right?
That's awesome.
And just amazing, hands down. But anyway, they didn't tell anybody till afterwards. But all the concession, T-shirts, merch, all that shit, all the tickets, and the band, each member gave $1 million. And it got divided amongst 3,000 family members who lost somebody in 9/11.
Damn, that's awesome. That's badass.
They didn't tell anybody till it was over.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Isn't that fucking
That's
kick
fucking
out?
badass.
And as far as I know, nobody in their band had anybody, pass.
But it's
during
still
9/11.
like part of the.
But it was just that. But it was almost to the day. I want to say it was September. I want to say it was September 3rd or 13th.
Yeah,
2003. It was almost 2 years to the day.
That's insane.
They played that show.
Dude, I went to the Fountain because they have the Fountain now. I don't know if you've been to New York since
I haven't been to New York since 9/11.
Okay, so man, yeah, they have like a fountain and it's crazy, dude.
Oh yeah, you probably should.
Yeah, you ready? What time is it?
It's 57.
Oh wow. Oh shit. Yeah.
Well, I was supposed to be at work at 6. Sorry guys, I'm gonna be late.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna wrap this up, man. We didn't even do an introduction, but this is Spence vs. the World podcast. We got Billy Wolfe in the house tonight. I was trying to do something like for the radio, but do a little bomb. But now we had Billy Wolfe, man. I've known this dude for a while now. He's a really cool guy, awesome guy. A lot of good stories. There's probably more to come. We're gonna get him on another one.
Let's do it again.
Yeah, definitely.
Anytime you want, man. Anytime.
Hell
I would
yeah.
love to. I had a great time today, man. It was a
Yeah,
great
definitely.
time.
It was fun, man.
Thanks for the
Definitely.
oil,
Yeah,
man. I needed
yeah,
it.
man. Yeah, but you need the oil for the
Appreciate it.
lubrication, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, come see me at 202. I'm always on main bar.
That's right. I might actually start bringing these for people as lubrication for the conversation.
Yes, let's
You know
do
what I'm
it.
saying?
Let's do it. Let it flow freely. But yeah,
Yeah.
thank you all. Thank you all very much.
Yeah,
Come
definitely.
see us.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. So you're what days are you there?
I'm always there Friday, Saturday night.
Friday, Saturday night.
And then I work during the week, randomly here and there whenever
Gotcha.
they need me.
Yeah, but every Friday, Saturday night, come check them out, man. Funny staff, good staff, all of everybody there is great, man. Honestly, dude, everybody there is
And just remember, we're married to the game.
married to the game. I should have wore my ring. I didn't wear mine.
But yeah, thank you. Yeah, come see us.
Hell yeah, definitely, man.
Come
Take
see
it easy.
this guy. This guy can spin the hell out of some ones and twos, man. He is the man. All right, man.
Thank
Thanks,
you,
man.
man. Yeah, dude, take it easy.